Hey, how's it going? I hope all is well. I hope this isn't too loud. First of all, public service announcement, warning. Do not explore, not cry if you don't expect to accidentally run into cutscenes. Because apparently there are a lot of them. I was literally just running around, getting some stuff ready. I was in a call, and then I just like ended up in like a random cutscene. So, don't do that. That would be the first thing I would say. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna see whatever this cutscene is, and then we'll chat. Weasel thieves. They've been hanging on to the Molly Valley for a while now. If they get you, you'll become a person with no shadow too. Wow. Where? Also, what do you mean person with no shadow? Well, what's up with the machine? Are the Weasel thieves using it to attack us? I haven't seen Weasel thieves since Leeway. That's crazy. The ones who were raised by humans, those might even be smarter than humans too. That's how they chased all the big guys away. Now, and the big guys have tried and failed to do this before. You just have to remove the energy core and you're golden. They've never actually done it though, so it can't be that easy. We can stop the Weasel thieves by grabbing the energy core, right? Come on, Angel. Why don't we give it a go? We can't just ignore something dangerous like that when there's a little kid running around. Seeing as this great Paimon asks, I can never refuse. The great Paimon. Keep your head down here, okay, little miss? Okay, all right. What's your name again? Aren't you the littlest miss here? I don't get it. Whatever, I'm Auni, and you should call me Big Sis, littlest miss. It's only proper. Let's just leave the tiles aside for now. Come on, Angel. We've got Weasel Thieves to bring down a peg or two. All right. So, yeah. I don't know how I got here. What the heck? I really don't know how I got here. Huh? Y'all, I promise you, I was like in this area. I was literally running around in this area, and somehow I got teleported all the way over here. Okay, now I'm getting shot. We're gonna leave. So, I know that this is unorthodox. I'm taking my medication because time was getting away, and I didn't want to start the stream too much later than I already had.
If ever you find that the animals in Nod Krai
So, yeah.
behave in ways you do not understand.
If you see the title, it is what it is, for a reason. Once I'm finished with this, we will discuss. That's what I will say. Once I have finished with this, we will discuss. For the time being, like I said, hopefully everybody's doing good. A lot has happened for people who live in America. A lot has happened. If you are a praying person, send prayers. They are greatly appreciated. But to start, like I said, we'll just do like dailies, I guess, to start off, and we'll move from there. Hey, all the world knows about the Charlie Kirk death. Yeah, I'm sure. I am sure. Yeah. That was the president himself mentioned it, which, yeah, you would definitely know if the president mentioned it. So, this isn't something I do often, but I definitely think, you know, my channel name is there for a reason. That's all I have to say. My channel name is there for a reason. How's it going, Sancho? So like I said, I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll chat a little bit. Mountain Dash. I guess first of all, I can start by asking, how are you all doing? How are you all doing? You're fine? That's good. That's good. I'm doing all right. Let's just stick with the games here. Well, yeah, Julie Shock, if you are not, if you're not comfortable with the conversation, then you definitely don't have to stay. Like I said, it's not going to be the whole stream, but it's really just going to be like some what is this? Hold on. Okay. I'd say we'll probably spend a solid 20 minutes maybe on it. I don't know. It might be 10, it might be 20, but I just have a couple thoughts I wanted to share. That's all. If you all trust me enough to have a reasonable conversation about it, hopefully you do. If not, then I understand. But my goal, whenever I talk about anything, most people I've talked to usually seem to agree with me on quite a lot of things. I talk to people from all manner of positions on different things. But like I said, the name of the channel is Life Lessons Gaming for a reason. Yes, we definitely talk about gaming primarily, but the whole point is so that we can be better people at the end of the day, you know? That's the point. We talk about games, but we do live in reality. Who works on Augusta Yoshi celebrates? Oh wow, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. The game of life. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why people feel the need to. I think it's a bit short-sighted is all. But like I said, as we'll do dailies first, and then, like I said, the goal, we're gonna definitely get into the game. We're not gonna spend like a long time on this conversation, but yeah. Uh-oh. This is an interesting spot. Okay, can we agree? Not Krai feels very like... Not Krai, to me, has got some serious, like... You look at this, I'm thinking like, this feels almost like Wuthering Waves a little bit. You know, it feels kind of Death Stranding-esque. Does that make sense? Like, it really feels like... Really interesting. Also, I wanted to talk about this right here. I haven't gotten to it yet, like all the way. But you know how this place looks like insanely detailed from far away? Or maybe they're just lazy, it looks empty? Well, no, I mean, I'm just talking about the vibe overall. This place is called the Sand Pit, though, so I'm pretty sure there's a reason it looks this way. But you know how this looks like insanely detailed from really far away? Feels like the latest WoW map? Interesting. I think the reason why, I don't know it yet. I feel like I'm like the Dukes meme from Dexter. I feel this isn't real. Like, I genuinely, like, it looks very nice, and it's cool that it exists, but I don't think it's real, because this is insanely detailed in a game like this. Most times when something is really far away, like, for example, that down back there, now that's not the best example, but like, usually when you see things from really far away, the textures aren't all loaded in, but this thing in particular is very textured and detailed even from far away. And I think the reason for that is because it's not real. So what do I mean by not real? I think I'm almost done. Yeah. It seems like what we're looking at right now is a picture, not the actual thing. Like, I don't think you can actually walk up to it and move around. An illusion of sorts, yeah. I don't think you can walk up to this thing and move around. because in the story, now mind you, it was just for the story, right? But in the story, they teleported you into like an area. And I think that what we're looking at is like a rabbit hole. So when you get close, you get teleported into the rabbit hole. And then you're experiencing what this area is. But I don't think it's something you can just walk up to normally. Like, I can't just literally scale this thing. I don't know if that's I don't think it's possible to actually scale it. And that's why it looks so detailed, because what you're just looking at is a picture. But the actual gameplay mechanics of it, and I'm not saying that that's bad, but I'm just saying that I think that's how that operates.
Still, the moon shines its light upon you.
There we go. All right, thank you all for abiding that situation. So they're in a Sonoro too. Something like that. Yeah, it's just like that. I think that this is definitely a picture that we're looking at, not the actual 3D environment being rendered in real time. And that's fine. Like I said, it definitely looks cool and it gives a sense of wonder. So like, I respect it. But I'm just like, the technology that it would take to make that thing looks that good on everybody's device, that's normally a device thing, not just like something that people can just do whatever they want in game. So yeah, it technically could be a mirage of what I've heard of what you said. Like, it's a real thing. I'm just saying from a game mechanic perspective. From a game mechanic perspective, it's definitely I'm not so certain that it is. Okay, there we go. I'm not so certain that that thing is something that I can just walk, like fly over to. I think you're going to get to a certain point where it's not, you're not able to like engage with it. But yeah. So, oh shoot. The whole purpose was supposed to be to do my dailies over here. Yeah, I don't think it's actually a real thing you can engage with. Could be wrong, but yeah. I think it's just a rabbit hole once you get close and then you're inside of it. But yeah, I think this place looks cool though. This little spot right here. It just reminds me of like the beach of Death Stranding. I've never played Death Stranding, mind you, but it just looks like it. So. Ooh. Destroy all flying targets within the time limit. Got you. Oh. Okay, that was simple enough. One of the things I was going to say too is I think that some of I need to do more research, like, you know, experiencing it a little bit more. But it kind of feels like some of the puzzles. Look over there, Palma can see something glowing. All right. It feels like some of the puzzles are, I don't know, like, I'm not so sure if they're as well made as they could be, I guess is the best way to describe it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to scale this thing. I don't really have a teleporter unlocked. Oh, I guess blue amber. Yeah, I've heard some people saying they don't like the way the puzzles feel. That's what I was hearing. They were not a fan of the way that the puzzles felt. Wait, are those? Oh, okay. I know I'm gonna need something to unlock that, but okay. Hey, how's it going? Oh, there we go. Anime Trev. Hey, I just came to say hi for a few minutes. Hey, how's it going, 10? Let me see. Strange, stellar fruit, star shaped fruit. Okay, it seems containing mysterious power. Yeah, like I said, we're about to have a little bit of a chat about some of the stuff. Got 3 pulled. Teeth pulled. That was fun. Hey, look. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you're doing okay. That's the best I can say for that. And what do I call you? Should I just call you Anime? Anime Trevin? Or is it Trevin?
Use of force authorized.
Oh, okay, which one was it? Anime or Trevin?
No, my sword! In many places, a waning moon is seen as an omen of ill fortune.
There you go.
Perhaps people forget that
Anime,
the
gotcha.
moons, too, are the victims of misfortune. Their destruction was not a fate that they wished upon themselves.
Okay. Her voice lines are literally lower. That's crazy. All right. I think we have one more and then we'll get into it. Let's see. Where's the last one? Oh wait, is that all of them? Okay, cool. Daily commission. All right, time to do our first daily. So apparently Skirk is in Nasha Town right now, and then Oh Boy is in another spot. Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank
Daily.
you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Thank you. All right, here we go. Oh wait, she's here? Yehoda's here? Y'all, I promise you, they just show up. And if I talk to her right now, it's gonna be like a whole little scene. Watch. Dang it. Yep. That's crazy. We're supposed to be on a mission, by the way.
Huh? That's not the price we agreed on. What do you think you're playing at?
Dear Miss Yehoda, if you manage to return the object of your next commission intact, then I assure you your reward will be paid in full.
What did you do?
It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know a bunch of monsters were gonna jump me out of nowhere and knock me into that river?
Might I also ask that you don't spread so much misinformation to our clients when you're escorting them in the future?
I wasn't spreading misinformation. Most of what I said was based firmly on the truth.
The master bandit who has stolen from every town and village in Krai.
That was just me trying to sound cool. No one told me the client was from the Fontaine Guards. She wouldn't stop questioning me the whole way. That woman takes herself too seriously. No sense of humor at all. I can't believe she asked the guild to revoke my membership.
The fixer who protects all of Nasha Town.
Fixer?
I was talking about Boss Neff. I was telling the client about her.
Bruh.
Regardless, Miss Yehoda, if you wish to take on any more commissions in the future, it would be best.
I know. Be careful what you do and say. Boss Neff's always yammering on at me. But my mouth gets all itchy when I don't use it too long.
Sheesh.
Perhaps you could take a few pointers from our experienced adventurer here.
The Traveler? I guess she's not the worst person to learn from. But you're gonna need to wait for me to take this reward back to Boss Neff first. She ain't gonna be happy that it's not the full amount. I feel a lecture coming.
That was cool. That was actually cool. All right, so with that being said, everyone, let's see, what time is it? Okay, let's bring it back. I wonder if this is a nighttime song that happens. I really like it. And then we'll do settings. Dialogue.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
right, there we go. Okay. I need to get on here, but just been laying here watching YouTube. I got you. I mean, I guess this is a decent place. I want to kind of put myself in a solid spot just to, I don't know, make it a little bit more picturesque. Okay. So everybody. So. I wanted to have a brief conversation with you all about some of the things that are happening. I want to first start off by saying that I am not going to just do this every time something happens. I think right now is a really good opportunity to discuss this, and I do feel as though it is something that I feel like is beneficial for people. We live in a society, that we do, Alfie, that we do. So I want to start by showing you all something. I kind of wrote down my thoughts on this already, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to talk about it. Best dish incoming. So I wanted to start this off by saying this. Let's see, replies. So someone asked me underneath my live stream, they asked me, hey, you know, why haven't you said anything about this? And so I feel like that's the first place that I wanted to address this with. By the way, Arc Knights Enfield confirmed for 2026. So yeah, let's see. Almost there. Here we go. So Ragnar was basically asking, like, what stopped me from kind of responding or saying something about this whole Charlie Kirk situation? I'm bookmarked. Oh my gosh. Maybe you were. This is replies though. This isn't bookmarks, but I'm probably replied, bookmarked you at some point. So that was the question, you know, why haven't you said anything about XYZ situation? And so I explained to that person, well, to Ragnar. Let me make sure this is nice and big so that it's visible. All right. So first off, I said this, and I think this is a great way to introduce this conversation. I said, I have been streaming for quite literally every moment of the day for the last 2 days, and I wasn't checking my phone heavily. You can literally check my socials. I just finished stream. I addressed the situation, the whole Charlie Kirk situation, briefly at 2 hours and 41 minutes and 5 seconds. I corrected it. It was technically 2 hours and 40 minutes at the 2 hour and 40 minute mark of the last stream that we did. And that's when I addressed it, right? I said, however, with that being said, because I don't want to like make this like some precedent, I want to nip it in the bud. I will never speak on something unless I have sufficient amount of information on it, especially not for the sake of being relevant. It's disingenuous, and there's more than enough of that in society as it is. The tropical hurt me to see. I am so sorry, Horizon. But yeah, so it's just like, just because something happens doesn't mean I'm going to respond to it, let alone respond to it immediately, because a lot of times, like, I just think that's not helpful, especially if you don't have enough information. And there's more than enough people being disingenuous and using this situation just to get clout or something like that. I did not want to do that. 2, please don't feel as though I'm required to say anything about everything, to say something about everything. Not saying you are, just in case. I'm not, and I won't if I don't feel it to be either beneficial to society or, plainly speaking, perhaps I might not feel comfortable speaking on it, which is my right, and it's also okay. 3, pray for peace and be the change you want to see. I then told him, I said, after looking into things more, here are my thoughts. So I just wanted to start off by saying, just because I don't talk about something doesn't mean that I don't know about it or I don't care about it. I'm not obligated to talk about anything that I don't want to talk about. That's the first thing. I'm not obligated to talk about anything that I don't want to talk about, nor is anyone else. Some people just don't want to do it, and that's their right to do so. That doesn't mean you know what their thoughts are. That just means they prefer to keep their privacy for their own private reasons. If you can't accept that, you know, that's totally fine, but just don't. Now, made a couple tweets on this, so I'm just really just gonna read the tweets off and kind of say my piece, and then we'll move on. But I do think that it is helpful to share this information. So first and foremost, the Charlie Kirk news is very concerning, but it's deeper than people are mentioning. Short message. I said, if he, let me see something. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thought something was wrong with my screen. This little weird thing made it look like my screen was tripping, but it's not my screen. But anyway, if he was a Christian truly, because he said he was a Christian, but just because you say you are doesn't mean you are. So that's not my place to say. I'm just saying if he really was, he's at peace. My prayers are with his family and his loved ones. For those of us who are still here, we have to contend with what remains, and sadly, it's a broken world. The reality is he's no longer here now. It is very sad. It is very unfortunate. But for those of us who are here, we have to contend with the world that we currently have. So, this is what I said. I pray this act of violence leads not to more violence, but to understanding that we are allowing extremism to take over our society. This is a universal issue, and the pendulum will continue to swing until it breaks. What does that mean? You know, it's interesting. So in Wuthering Waves, right? The game Wuthering Waves, there's a quote that was stated, and it was, pleasure born of violence shall end in violence, and pleasure born of injustice must be fortified with further injustice. And this is a clear, there's Finn Rico, who's basically playing the role of the priest. That's what he said. Pleasure born of justice must be fortified by further injustice. And so it's interesting because we're actually seeing this play out in real time. Like, the reality is, and the reason why I bring that up is because there's a pendulum. And one person does something mean and rude, and then these violent delights have violent ends. That's another one. And the thing about it is that I really hope people will see from this is that these acts don't exist in a vacuum. When one person does something, someone else is going to do something else. And we're just going to keep eye for an eye, nose for a nose, arm for an arm, mouth for a mouth, until we're all blown up and obliterated, until somebody decides to stop and say, okay, let's figure this thing out. I'm not trying to attack you. Let's have a conversation. And you can argue that that's what Charlie was trying to do. He was trying to have conversations, right? Now, some of those conversations might not have always been the most kind, per se, because nobody's perfect. And I'm really not trying to talk too much about him specifically, because there's a bigger issue here at hand. But the point that I'm getting at is, even if you disagree with what he said, and not everything he said was bad, not everything he said was good. You were humans. That's the whole point, right? But the point being, if violence is the answer to opinions that you disagree with, you have to remember that the Bible says the same measure by which, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the quote, but it's like the same measure by which you measure things, it's going to be measured back to you, right? The same, it's going to be measured back to you. So, and I'll see if I can find the quote while I'm talking about this. But basically, all that to say, treat people the way that you want to be treated. Treat people the way that you want to be treated, because the reality is, there we go. I think I found it. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. That's what it says. That is Matthew 7:2. And so the reality is, if you're doing this, then it's going to come back to you in the same way. When you say something somebody else doesn't like, then that person might choose to go violence. That it hurts everybody, and things do not get solved. Things get worse. And I think that's what this really comes down to. So now the next part of my statement was this: we aren't beyond salvation, but we have allowed extreme opinions to replace honest dialogue. The shooter was likely radicalized by the system. Social media elevates negativity in extreme positions, but pleasure born of negativity must be fortified by further negativity. The platform of Twitter is a perfect example of this. And I know this is about this situation, but if you are being honest with yourself, you can apply this to any situation. You can apply this to the gaming community that we currently exist in, where somebody has an opinion that they don't like, that person gets doxxed, or that person gets, canceled or whatever. But then the same exact thing, they just fight 10 times harder in the opposite direction. And nobody wins. Like, nobody wins this debate. Everybody loses. That's the reality of war. Nobody actually wins war. It's just one person loses less, but everybody loses. So the idea here being, as a society, we are constantly elevating negativity and extreme positions. And it gets to the point where people feel if they want to be listened to, they have to be doing this type of stuff. That's what it comes down to. Like, if I want to be listened to seriously, right? Like, if I want to be listened to seriously and taken seriously, I have to do something extreme, because nobody listens to reasonable stuff. So as a society, we're encouraging this type of behavior. That's kind of the reality. We're encouraging it. And so until we stop, it doesn't stop. And it's very easy to say, oh, well, it's not happening in my town. It's just in America. Or it's not happening in my town. It's just in like Israel and Palestine. Or it's not happening in my town. It's just in Russia and Ukraine. Right? But as Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And it starts here until it catches up and hits other people's shores. And we don't want that. Now, you might say, well, what can I do? What can I do as an individual? You be the change that you want to see. You have no idea the impact that you can have when you do that. You can really make a difference. You might not, but that's what faith is about. You might not see it in the immediate, but you don't know how the dominoes fall. You don't know the butterfly effect, the chain reaction that you can have when you are the change that you want to see. Like, me being kind to somebody on the street might make them realize, man, the world sucks, but sometimes, doing the right thing is worth it. And even if I could just believe and hope, believe that love exists, believe that there is good in the world, right? Then you can take that, right? You can take that and you can do something with it. And then that person is nice to somebody else, and chain effect. And then maybe the next time somebody sees somebody with a opinion that they don't like, instead of getting angry at them, they're patient. And then they do what I try to espouse in my profile, which is seek to understand before being understood. This is a big thing. Seek to understand before being understood. Because oftentimes we don't actually care what the other person's saying. We just want to get our side pressed. That's oftentimes the case. We're not really listening to, we're listening to respond, versus listening to actually hear what the other person is saying. Second to last paragraph. We as a society, and I'll get to your comments after this. We as a society seek winning arguments over solving problems. Sometimes humility is required in order to resolve disputes, rather than this music is actually a little bit off. But sometimes humility is required in order to resolve disputes, rather than seeing who can yell the loudest or outwit the other opponent. The greatest leader of all, Jesus, led by serving. You can both stand on business and not abandon your principles while also caring about the other person, for the person you may be at odds with. However, that depends on your end goal. Is it to help solve problems or to call out others? I'm gonna pause this because this is way, I don't know how loud it is for y'all, but it's pretty loud for me. So I'm gonna pause this. There we go. I'm about to say this place probably has a better backdrop in terms of sound than the other one. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. I'm gonna redo this part. So, we as a society seek winning arguments over solving problems. Sometimes humility is required in order to resolve disputes, rather than seeing who can yell the loudest or outwit the other opponent. The greatest leader of all, Jesus, led by serving. You can both stand on business and not abandon your principles while also caring about and for the person you may be at odds with. However, that depends on your end goal. Is it to help solve problems or is it to call others out? And that's a big thing, because a lot of times when people have discussions, their goal is to win an argument or to call somebody out for being wrong versus actually trying to achieve some form of solution. And those end goals end up playing a very large part in how that person kind of interacts and goes about doing what they're doing. So, the last thing, I pray we seek to understand before being understood. I pray we're able to recognize the parts we play in the problems we face as a society. A lot of times people are just looking outward and they're not looking inward. And that we would be able to be the change that we want to see made in the world. I pray that we would self-reflect, and as Jesus said, first take the beam of wood out of your eye, then you will see clearly to take the splinter out of your brother's eye. What this essentially means is look in the mirror, understand that instead of focusing on other people, focusing on yourself, because a lot of times it's about perception. Like a lot of times it's about your perception of something more so than it is the thing that happened. Because a lot of the reality is, for one, it didn't even happen to you, right? Oftentimes, like if something, like you see something bad happen, but a lot of times we psych ourselves up so much to the point where we end up basically ruining our opinion about a whole group of people or a person based on an isolated incident, because we either allowed other people to get in our head, or like I said, we kind of just psyched ourselves up. And so perspective plays a really large role in how we view reality. So if our perspective was different, we would actually approach things differently. So that is kind of my thoughts on this, like I said, like just the whole situation. And like I said, it's right here if anybody wants to like screenshot it to kind of take a look, because a lot of this stuff there's a lot to it. It does get a bit deep when you kind of get in the weeds of it all, but I tried to explain things generally speaking. TLDR just being of each, I guess, paragraph being that I pray for his family. If he is actually a Christian, he's at peace now. I do pray for his family. And I really hope that as a world, I think the reality is, like I said, we have to contend with what we have, which is the world. That's our job. He's no longer here, but we now have to deal with the results of what happened. My prayer is that violence doesn't lead to more violence. We are not beyond salvation. What I mean by that is that I know this seems like a likely solution or option, which is just more violence, but it is possible for us to change. It is possible for us to go a different route of sorts. And so I hope people, you know, take that. The shooter was likely around. Social media plays a large role in why we end up so scatterbrained a lot of times. I was watching this video where the guy was basically explaining how important it is to be bored, like mentally bored. And the fact that we're not good at being bored is one of the reasons why anxiety and depression is so high in society. Might talk about that another time, but point being, sometimes like you really have to take an active role in monitoring what you see on social media. The algorithm is going to send you negativity because it's the easiest thing to keep you to stay, but you have to take an active role to stop that. And a lot of that stuff, you'll feel a lot better about yourself if you don't do that. We as a society seek winning arguments over solving problems. Sometimes humility is required, as I said. Sometimes winning the argument is not always the best way to go about things. Sometimes you just have to be humble and just say, you know what? I see, you know, I understand that you have that opinion. I don't agree, but I don't want to argue with you because that's not my goal, to argue. I hope the best for you, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we can come back to this another time. And even if they don't agree and they say, no, I don't want to talk about this ever again with you, I guarantee you somewhere down the line, they'll probably realize, wow, that person was level-headed the whole time. We didn't agree, but at least they weren't a jerk about it, right? And sometimes that can do more than winning the argument, even if you are right. And this is just a thing of maturing. And then the last thing being, like I said, I pray that we seek first to understand before being understood. I pray that we're able to recognize the parts that we play in problems and that we face as a society. Because I'm telling you right now, neither side of this argument realizes that they are a part of the problem. Everybody thinks that the other side is solely responsible for the problems when they don't realize that we are all individually and collectively a part of the problem. But if we're all a part of the problem, that also means that we can all collectively be a part of the solution as well. Let's see. First, take the beam of the wood out of your eye, then you will clearly see the splinter. To take the splinter out of your brother's eye. Make sure your own house is in order before you start going to other people. So yeah, for the most part, that is what I was saying. You can let me know what you think in the comments. But my hope is that this is able to reach some people, and ideally some hearts would be pricked and hopefully changed. So yeah, I said some other things as well. I just said, this is a Bible verse. It basically says our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, cosmic powers of darkness, against evil spiritual forces in the heavens. Essentially what this means is that a lot of times when we see problems, we think about it only on the physical level and we don't think about it on the spiritual level. We just think, oh yeah, this is an evil person, blah, 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 blah. But in a lot of times we're not really fighting that person. That's why it says it's not against flesh and blood. It's actually the spirit behind that person that's the problem. I shared this because I thought it was very funny. It's basically this guy, he just goes around with noodles. He throws a pool noodle at the person and then starts attacking them. And then they're just like, oh shoot, we fighting, we scrapping. And it made me smile. Like, it legitimately made me smile. So I thought it was a really fun, you know, just like a little, you know, as you're looking at it, I'm sure you see like there's music and I don't want to get demonetized, so I don't have it playing. But it was really, follow me on Twitter if you want to see it, or just go to my Twitter. But yeah, yeah, it was something that definitely made me smile, and I figured a lot of people could use a smile. This is the last thing that I'll say. I'll leave this on the screen while we talk about it for anything that you all might have to say in response. But I said, you know why Jesus is so loving? Because as imperfect as Charlie Kirk was, he can still be with Jesus in paradise. You know why Jesus's love is so amazing? Because the shooter can still be forgiven and repent and be with Jesus in paradise. You know why Jesus' love is so amazing? Because as imperfect as I am, I can still be with Jesus in paradise. Because even with your imperfections, you can still be with Jesus in paradise. None of us are perfect, but Jesus is. Remember to focus on how you can be better before pointing at others. Be the change you want to see. This is for you and those you feel need to take this to heart. We can all be better together. And I know that not everybody believes in Jesus. I am not ignorant. I am aware. But this is me sharing my faith. And hopefully it is at the very least something that encourages people and perhaps even something that challenges people to think. But yeah. All right. TED Talk done. Thank you all so much for listening. And like I said, if you have some comments, you can let me know. As far as stream goes, time to see how much I've been roasted by you all and how you feel about it. So, the thing is, everything like feminism and such were raised for a greater reason and ended up used for money. It was never about justice. It was always using others to obtain more. I mean, yeah, Horizon, I definitely understand where you're coming from. A lot of those things were definitely, what's the word? A lot of those things were definitely brought up for the purpose of, because the reality is a lot of movements exist, but oftentimes those movements don't see the light of day unless there's somebody with like a ulterior motive. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the thing itself is bad just because it was brought up that way. So the best that I can really say for that is just like, if something that's actually important is being discussed, then engage with the positive part of it. Like, just be happy that somebody's talking about it if it's actually worth being discussed. Bloop. Let's see. I wish we could all come together. I don't believe in God, but I wish we could all just live in harmony. I agree. I do personally think God is one way that a solid way actually that can be accomplished. But yeah, if you're watching on Twitter, like this post, like the tweet, please and thank you. In Spain we have a similar problem, and after making my own study and how things work, you can pick point. It's always about reputation for money. They don't care who gets in jail as long as they win. Yeah, exactly. It's true. Watching political videos was literally filling me with so much fear. I stopped watching for my health. 100%. Do you have Paimon nearby? I need a run back in layman's. You are hilarious, Alfie. You are actually way too funny for your own good. But yeah, like I said, things can definitely feel like kind of somewhat, I don't want to say hopeless, but things can, I think things can feel hopeless, but just because they feel hopeless doesn't mean that they are. So, as I said, be the change that you want to see. You can share this conversation. I'll post it somewhere. You can share this conversation with somebody if you feel it would be helpful. And like I said, it is not, we are not.
Coming in. Paimon, coming in. Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
There you go. That's actually old Paimon's voice still. They haven't actually changed that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Long story short. So, definitely take control of your algorithm, please. Your algorithm really, I honestly think algorithms are a soft form of mind control. I'm actually very mad with Not Cry, so I'm being a joking dude right now. Dang. Why are you mad with Not Cry? What are your issues with Not Cry? But I honestly, personally, I really think that algorithms are a form of mind control. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's not like full blown, but algorithms are kind of created in a way to where they will intentionally not show you certain things if they don't want you to see it. Right? Like, this is why censorship is such a problem. And so in essence, you only care about what you see the most of. right? Like you only care about what you see the most of. So that means that the person who's in charge of actually putting the algorithm together has the ability to hide things that you could potentially care about if they don't want it to be seen. And this is why I try to encourage people not to only focus on their algorithm, because that algorithm can be the same thing that, you know, that ends up hiding things from you if you don't take your own initiative to search for things. It was trash. I expect better. I expected better. Played it and regretted it to give Genshin another chance. I've been enjoying it myself so far. I'm in Act 2 at the moment. Yeah, I would say I'm curious. What is your reasoning? If you want to TLDR, it's the last one. Full opinion would take some time. We can discuss it on our own time if you desire. Got you. Okay, let me just read it real quick. Does it have spoilers in it? Like if I read it right now, am I gonna get spoiled about like the current storyline? Okay. Okay.
I never embark on a journey without a good book.
Not Krai actually outdid the entirety of Rena Cedar for a little bit. Oh my gosh. Well, that's clearly not true. But anyway, to more reasonable thing. Windows screen cutscene. Windows screen cutscene. What are you talking about? Windows screen cutscene. So the culture I associate myself with, it's actually funny, to be honest. Are y'all talking about the introduction? Oh yeah, everybody was talking about the introduction. Yeah. So culture I associate myself with, and which is mainly represented by being inspired by Not Krai, is Full Sin said to be colonizers of this land and the first 5 minutes of the quest. I never gave a F about Fatui are evil stuff they've been doing, but come on now. Hey Alfie, welcome to being a person of color. We feel that way on the daily as Genshin players. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, like majority of darker brown skinned people are the bad guys. It's crazy. But yes, looking at you, Notlan and Sumeru. Never gave a about Fatui or evil. They've been going on. Okay. You can have the most ingenious writing ever, and it would still be bad because of stuff like this. Inazuma is, for whatever reason, racist as F. Mondstadt had slaves for fun. Freaking Fontaine and Sumeru stuff. You can definitely do better than this if you take real cultures. Well, yeah, I mean, they definitely, yeah, Genshin doesn't do that. I mean, they do, but they don't. They cherry pick. Yep, I'm with y'all now. They cherry pick. We've always known this. That's the thing. Like nobody ever cares until it's their own people.
I never embark on a journey
that's what it like. And I'm not saying you didn't care before, but I'm just saying it. Nobody notices it. That the art of empathy is very lost on many people until it hits home, and they're like, oh shoot. Comparing waves trigger warning, but somehow Koro made China feel respectful to themselves and Italy/Greek. One, not dabble in pointless stuff and instead explore topics of Christianity there. How good and bad it can be. This is how you freaking do it. And I've said this before. I think that Rena Cedar did an amazing job because I was very concerned as a Christian myself with any especially, I'm not trying to be rude, but East Asian countries don't always do the best job when it comes to talking about Christianity. This could be said for other belief systems, but I'm just saying Christianity because that's what I know. But most times it's just like, y'all just don't even touch it, please, because you're gonna end up doing something and it's gonna be bad. So just don't touch it. But I was honestly surprised that Rena Cedar did a solid job. Even though, yes, the church organization is the bad organization, it wasn't about church bad. It was about power corrupts. That was the message. That's the message of Rena Cedar. It's about the fact that power corrupts. And we have characters like Phoebe, who were good people. We have couple characters actually that we've seen from the Order who aren't bad people. And so we can see that, like, it's not just that they're all bad. But like I said, and we actually know now, like, Leviathan was a part of that power, the corruption part. It wasn't just the people themselves. So let's see how good, bad it can be. This is how you do it. It's a problem I have for years now with Genshin's writers are doing, and the amazing reason why I never take/treat it seriously. Decide how much lore is around it. So no, this stuff ain't close to Renacida, and they have a lot of homework to do. Well, yeah, to be fair, mind you, nobody's taking that seriously. At least I hope not anybody. I've definitely never taken it seriously. But so just for clarity, one of your biggest gripes with Not Krai is the fact that culturally speaking, they're painting the Fatui as colonizers. Now, one thing I will say, Not Krai. Okay, I mean, I guess you know what this actually is like, for real. You know what this is actually kind of like? That people treat you differently. As a person from Europe, I never see you differently because I focus on soul rather than anything else. Well, yeah, Horizon, it's definitely true. People do treat you differently. It's not everybody, obviously, but you wouldn't really know it until you saw it. And it's very creative. I guess that's the best way I can word it. The way that people treat you differently is very creative nowadays because everybody knows it's wrong. So what people do now is they have very creative ways of showing it that aren't the problem. Or I guess one of the problems with the way that racism works is that it can be done in a sneaky way, and it can be done in a way where it's not easily provable, and that creates somewhat of a problem for the person on the other side, because it's kind of like you saying, hey, they just did something mean to me, and you're like, what do you mean? So here's a perfect example. When someone says, I don't date black people, right? And then they say, oh, it's just my preference. So for me personally, I do personally think that, like, having a preference based on exclusion is weird. You can say, like, oh, I think something is, like, in particular, you know, let me switch over. I think that this, you know, I really like this particular look, right? I like fair skin with red hair, right? I think it's beautiful. That's one thing. But the problem is when, at least this is my opinion, the problem is when you say, I like this, that's fine. When you say, I don't like this because of something that has nothing to do with their actual personality, it's just, I don't like this because I don't like this because of how it looks or whatever, that's where you become shallow. Nobody's saying you have to date somebody you don't want to date, but it is very strange when your only criteria for the person not being able to be interested in them is because of how they, you know, because of the color of their skin. It's kind of weird, because you could say, oh, well, what if I just kind of find it unattractive? The weird part about that is, like, if we were to go down the rabbit hole, 9 times out of 10, the reason you feel that way is not something you felt when you were a child, because children don't operate that way. No child in the history of childdom that's a learned behavior. And so, but the problem is, my point is, it's kind of hard to prove that sort of thing, because it can always just be easily written off as, oh no, it's just my perspective, my opinion. And like I said, people are entitled to their opinion, and what you're attracted to 100% matters in dating. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Attraction 100% matters. But like, if I were to show you somebody who is objectively pretty, but the only difference is, oh, this person, you know, is like I said, has a certain color skin or whatever. And we're not even just talking about black people, mind you. We're talking about, because a lot of it's not even just racism, some of it's just colorism. Unfortunately, that's a big thing in East Asian countries. They have a lot of colorism. And I've talked about that before, where, like, you know, I know people who are darker than me who are from places like China, right? And so it's not even always like about racism. Sometimes it's just colorism. But with all that being said, let me see. With all that being said, it does happen, but it's not always like straight in your face. And so when you tell somebody that, there's a lot of ways it can be dismissed. And that's intentional. Because when people were doing it in your face, well, yeah, everybody was going to call them out. But when you do it in like sneaky ways, and that's a whole conversation that I'm not going to get into. I'm just trying to give some general concepts. It's a lot harder to actually talk about it. Let's see. Never saw him as a indifferent guy. Okay, guys, I'm sorry if I talk if it wasn't placed for it. I'm truly annoyed about this because everything that I am has to do with my culture, and I love it a lot. No, I mean, I totally understand that. I totally understand that. And that's reasonable. I think the reality is the developers, I honestly think they just don't care. I think the reality is they probably just don't really care that much about it, or they're not thinking about it that deeply. Now, I could be giving them an out, right? Maybe I'm giving them an out. I don't know. But I do think sometimes they really just are doing something without actually taking into consideration to think how it'll affect other people. That's just my thought process about it. So let's see. Why don't you play Wuthering Waves? Question mark. You play Wuthering Waves. I do play Wuthering Waves. I play both. And how's it going, Ben?
Have you decided where you will go?
Let's see.
Here?
So
If not,
they've been painting my people as evil since 1.0. Dude, I'm just baffled. The colonization was never something my people did. And it's there because Hoyo needs a villain for the arc. Well, yeah, I think that's the case. I think it's just, they're just there to it's a plot device, really. It's a plot device at the end of the day. And I mean, somebody has to be the villain, I guess is what I would say. Somebody definitely has to be the villain, and nobody's gonna nobody wants to be the villain, but somebody has to be the villain in every story. And so, like I said, I could be wrong on this, but in that effect, I'd say I'm not so sure if it's like a personal thing. That's the best I can say. I really want to go back to Genshin, but I can't after playing Wuwa. I totally understand that, Ben. I play Genshin because I enjoy the story and the lore. I play both, mind you. But the main reason for me in playing this game is because I do enjoy like the exploration and all that stuff. My very best friend in life is a black male. Never saw him as a black and different guy. Church teach me that the body is different than the soul isn't. I can be bad or good. That's the difference. I agree. I 100% agree with you, Horizon. As a half black and white, I've gotten stares from old Gen Whites. Girls in high school want to feel my hair and then proceed to smack my head into the table while holding. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. My wife is actually mixed. Yeah, I don't want to talk about politics anymore. I'm emotionally depleted. Topics like this drain me. Can we talk about Genshin instead, please? Well, yeah, no, like I said, Eden, we definitely will. It's like I said, it's not like this is something that we talk about all the time, but like I said, if you're not comfortable, I'd say maybe like, because truth be told, we're gonna start with the story, but yeah, I can you can tune me out and I don't know, check back in like 3 to 5 minutes, I guess is the best that I can say. I can't wait for Iuno quest. Yeah, same here. They truly don't, and it's fair, but then in my opinion, it's an objective field to say their writing inherently flawed and it can't compare to writers who take and appreciate it instead. Yeah. No. I totally understand. Like I say, the reason why I said I don't think it's intentional or personal, like I don't think it's a personal thing, because there are certain times where, like I said, for like the whole colorism debate, there's literally, we have historical precedents that align with that. Whereas the historical precedents of taking like, I think I'm saying this right, taking like the Slavic people and then just deciding, hey, you guys are gonna be the bad guys today. And truth be told, just for clarity, in some ways, you might change your tune, Alfie, when we get to Shinaz, because even with Not Krai, just for clarity, right? Just to play, I want to say devil's advocate, but there are people in Not Krai currently who are Shinaz, and there was this lady, we found her. I could actually show you. There's a lady, we found her, and she literally was talking about how she does not like the Fatui. She said it out of her own mouth. She was like, I don't like the Fatui, and they don't represent us, is essentially what she said. Something along those lines. She was like, yeah, like the Fatui are not good people. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I think you would have to actually be in Shineznaya to really have the full scope. While yes, the Fatui are considered evil, it's one thing to say the Fatui are evil, it's another thing to say that Shineznayans are evil. And that doesn't seem to be what they are saying. You know what I mean? Thanks for the honest reply. You got a new sub. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ben. Yeah, like I said, well, trust me, we talk about Wuthering Waves a lot. Not Cry just dropped, so we're talking about Not Cry. But best believe we get into the weeds. I do lore content for Wuthering Waves. You know, I make YouTube videos about the lore. We talk very deeply about the game of Wuthering Waves. It's just right, like I do play other games as well. And so that's just what we're talking about right now. I personally take it as a cope out to not just make a whole culture evil, but I'm sure I see that. Pop out to not just make a whole culture evil, but sure I see that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there is a lady, I'm gonna find her real quick. And so my point is, when we get to Shineznaya, we'll be able to learn, like, okay, how are the Shineznayan people themselves, you know, versus just the Fatui? Because right now all we have is the Fatui to work with. But I do believe that this, when we get to see the Shineznayans, we'll have a bit more of a nuanced take. Because the reality is, even with the Fatui, they identify as Fatui. They don't really identify as Shineznayans. Oh my gosh, Dory and Skirk, for real? See, this is nice. This is really nice. And I have to give them credit. Like I said, I think Genshin is doing some good stuff. It's her right here, by the way. Golitsnya. She's the one. Nothing here particularly rare or valuable. Just take your pick. You're from Shineznaya? Could you tell from my voice, or did someone tell you? If it's the former, then I gotta say you've got a sharp pair of ears. That's right, I'm from Shineznaya, but right now I'm just a shopkeeper carving out a living in Notchtown. What a surname to use? Oh my gosh. I know her, I've seen it too. Oh, okay, got you. It's like a store or something? Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. Compared to my icy hometown, I'm more used to climate here, and the people, their thoughts are quite as tangled up. And even their lives are all in all rather simple. Do you know anything about the Fatui? Why are you asking me? I've got nothing in common with those cowards, basically I mean, those mask-wearing creeps who skulk around all day. Or did you hear some droll rumors accusing me of being a Shineznayan spy? You'd be underestimating the Shineznayan intelligence agencies, and you'd be underestimating me. Anyways, they do their dirty work, and I do my business, that's all. Don't lump us in together just because we're both Shineznayan. So yeah, I do think that that in some ways is like a start. And you know, but even beyond that, Alfie, I will say this too, because I mean, this is just me. Y'all know how I am. I try to be objective and I try to be as fair as possible. I'm not saying that somebody's not being fair if we have a different opinion. I'm just saying that is what guides my statements. The Fatui are not, their methods are bad, right? Their methods are bad, but their goals are not necessarily the worst, right? Because the reality is, they are against Celestia. They're very much the ends justify the means type people, though. At the end of the day, I'm happy Galbrenna's coming. She's insane. I believe she's Angel from Augusta's story, using evil to hunt evil. Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. I do believe Galbrenna is Angel. At the end of the day, okay. I don't know why I think it's bugging and it's sending your things in twice. But yeah, whatchamacallit? I just wish they don't call me white chocolate. That's crazy. I don't understand. See, man, people are just not nice. Like people like that. My wife is mixed. Her father is white. Her mother is black, and it's just people are just crazy, man. Like they are just genuinely just not nice, to say the least.
Genshin to song. Defensive mode engaged. Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
No, my sword! Let
me weave you a birth. Ultimate
Go.
For the
Here we go.
everlasting
Hey, what's up, J-Pro? I have C4 for Rena.
Installation chamber
There
deployed.
we go. Sheesh. She is feeling it right now. Here we go. C4 for Rena, do you recommend me to wait for her banner to C6 her, or currently new character is worth it? I'm gonna be honest, Ben. I would just get a new character. Like, unless your goal is to C6 her, I just say get a new character for real. I always recommend getting new characters over over sequences, especially if you're that high. Genshin is not that hard of a game, and in my opinion, the end game of Genshin is not really worth it
Defensive mode engaged.
to be that excuse me, to be that
by the
serious
frozen
about it.
wall.
I think fun is far more important,
Fun's over.
and having new characters is
Preparing for dust up.
very much the best way to have that fun. Really don't care what they call me. Well, yeah, no, I understand, but yeah, it's unfortunate, you know. It's I pray for those type of people, basically.
Witness the power of Gurwa. Know my
And just
soul.
keep being the, as I always say, keep being the change that you want to see.
Receive my blessing.
Even if they're gonna be that way, that doesn't mean you have to respond in kind.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Take it easy.
Wait, having muscles gets you discriminated against? That's a thing? Having muscles gets you discriminated against in Europe?
Rain outlines your fate.
I'm gonna say that's crazy. I mean, yeah, like looking at somebody differently, obviously, because they're different is one thing, but actual discrimination against them is that's wild. They hate you for being different. Oh, for different stuff? Yeah, it's
Lush as the moonlight.
that's a whole ball game. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, noticeable, of course. Yeah, I mean that's the case for anybody, for real. That's the case for anybody. Hope your day's been good. The last 24 hours have been crazy. Everything's just messed up right now. Yeah, J Pro. I talked about it earlier in stream. I'm not gonna rehash that out. If somebody wants to see it, they can go to the beginning, earlier part of the stream. Literally, we just finished the conversation, probably like 5 minutes ago or something like that. But yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, I also tweeted about it a bit. But yeah, like I said, I did. We did discuss that. So there we go. All right, time to head over to continue with the story, though. Maybe I exaggerated with the discrimination. The other day I saw Jack Black dude, and oh boy, my respect to him. Zabali, holy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, like, yeah, for sure. I mean, shoot, I'm trying to get there myself. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to be like insane, but my goal is to get my body right as well. We actually we're in the process of putting together a home gym, me and Miss Life, and maybe I can show you all when I get it finished. I can like take a screen recording or something like that of our garage. Yeah, it's honestly, it's coming along. I want to. It's coming along. It is. There's a couple little things that we want to do. One of those things being like we want to put an AC unit in there, it's called an AC split. It's basically the type of thing you put in a garage where you don't have windows, or you put it in a room that doesn't have windows, or windows that are big enough. If you don't already have central cooling, that is. And so for the garage, so that we can control the temperature in there, that's our plan.
Installation chamber deployed. Leave this place. No, my.
Dang. All right, we take those.
Treasure hunting. A
I
valiant
want to OMG Retroact Rain. Quick hide, Overthrax is coming. I know, I saw this too. I was like, oh shoot, Retroact Rain. Listen, y'all. generally speaking, I have enjoyed my time with Not Cry. Like, just as long as we're home gyms, wish I had the space for one, honestly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, originally, we had our, so I have a half rack. Well, we have a half rack. And originally, we, in our old place, because it was kind of like a townhouse style apartment, it had like an up and downstairs, but it wasn't as big as like a full-blown townhouse. We had the half rack basically in the place where our dining room was. So we didn't have a, and the dining room area isn't big by any stretch of the imagination. At least in the other place it wasn't. But that's what we had in the old place. So we didn't really have like a table and chairs. We just had the half rack. And we basically, you know, we just eat dinner, you know, on the couch in the living room. And so now we actually have enough space because we actually have a garage. So yeah. Even though I am a WoW player, is there a place in Genshin that raises a lot of mystery? I saw a short of the sky being broken like glass, and I was like, oh shoot, oh heck yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of places in Genshin that have mystery for sure. I'd say my favorite place in Genshin is this place called Inkanamiya. That is one of the early levels of like mystery, I guess you could say. There we go. Yeah, Inkanamiya would be the place. Inkanamiya was crazy when it dropped. I know, I loved it so much. I absolutely adore Inkanamiya. Yep, here it is. All right. Like, listen, y'all. Genshin is not all bad. It really isn't. There are a lot of... Gosh. Genshin is a mixed bag. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. And truth be told, like, if I'm being 100% honest, if you just have the time and you want to hop into a game, sure, go for it. I would say hop into a game that's not a gacha personally, but, you know, it is what it is. The music here is also amazing. But Genshin is cool. It has its problems. Like, it really does. It really does. And I'm just saying this as a warning, because when you do play it, if you actually take the time to think about certain things, it's like, okay, that was, I don't know how I feel about that, and this is a bit odd, and stuff like that. But oh gosh, that's unfortunate.
Let me read you a verse.
But all in all, it's not, I guess it's not all bad. At the end of the day, it's the type of thing where you have to decide for yourself what you're willing to engage with, and that's for anything. You have to decide for yourself what you're willing to engage with. And if you're down for that, then okay, you know? But yeah, let's say, I mean, that's basically what I'm saying. It is not all bad. It has its issues, and everything has its issues. Mind you, I'd say Genshin probably has more issues than some other things. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people who are not happy that I said that, but you know, I'm not here to make people comfortable. I'm here to tell the truth. And I try to make people feel comfortable at the best of my abilities, but that's not my top priority. Because the reality is, if your top priority is to make people feel comfortable, what you'll end up doing is you'll end up lying a lot. Because the reality is, a lot of people feel uncomfortable about a lot of different things. And so, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, this is the entrance. 1.3 levels of importance for real. Yeah. Even though, to be honest, I'd say 1.3 is more important than Inkanamiya, just because Inkanamiya has it points at one of the most important things, but I don't know if it's the most important thing. But truth be told, maybe we don't even know right now with Black Shores how important Black Shores is. But yeah, it's close. It's extremely close. And mind you, if we find out that 1.3 is important, but there's actually way more stuff, then same. So the reason why I'm here is because I'm showing what this place looks like. This is Inkanamiya. This is like, the memories I have of this place are insane. Like, I have so many memories of this place, man. This was the place I would come to and just vibe out. Like, oh gosh, I love this place, y'all. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Hey, what's up, legs? Y'all have no idea. The one thing that I really miss in Genshin is the skip button. I know, yeah, I understand that. Like I said, Wuthering Waves in terms of quality of life is a lot better. They both have lessons they could learn from each other, but yeah. If you turn the Mikashi 2 to actually, yeah, I will, Alfie, I will. I just want to show it from this perspective. Yeah, like I said, Wuthering Waves definitely has some quality of life things that Genshin doesn't have. And I'm surprised that they haven't gotten it yet, but yeah. But yeah, this is the place. Now, I'm not going to go throughout all of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport to the middle. But yeah, Enkanomiya was huge for lore fans. Like, absolutely insane for lore fans. I love the eeriness of this whole place. Like this, when I saw this is part of the reason why I was just so excited about Wuthering Waves, because I liked Enkanomiya so much. And I was like, man, I can't wait. So then this is what it looks like. The music here is so good. What could Wuthering Waves learn from Genshin? I will report it to them. I think Genshin does a better job of characterizing. Like one of Genshin's strong suits is their characterization of their characters. And by the way, this is what this place looks like when you turn the lights on. So you get like a nighttime and a daytime, essentially. Because it's underground, this place was built to have a artificial sun, in essence. Yeah, it's really cool. Like this place is really dope. Enkanomiya. It is. Gosh, the music too. Hey, what's up, going on? I think we will get our Enkanomiya in 3.0 if that's not New Federation, as people are saying. Yeah, like I said, listen. I am very confident that Wuthering Waves will eventually have something akin to this. Not literally this, but it'll have that thing that, and we've gotten close to it in some regards. But this is the vibe and the aesthetic. Like when people see Genshin, they think about all the colors, but it does have some places like this. And listen to the music. I'm gonna stop talking. Listen to the music. It's a vibe. It's very much a vibe. And even when you start fighting, listen to the music when the fight happens. Violins.
Busted. Insulation chamber
It keeps the vibe very well. See, this is why I play games, man. I play games for the experience. And there's certain things that can draw you into that experience very well. Very important. Without there is no life. Mikoshi was built to repel drag. Yeah, it was. Taught them how to build it. Yeah, Issaroth did. And that's what gets you into like the later levels. Now, the interesting thing about this place is you can turn the lights on and off without actually having to go to the middle. I'm about to show you in a second. Here we go. I have to wait a second. Go over here. All right. But yeah, trust and believe. Wuthering Waves will have some. I mean, to be fair, Black Shores was kind of close. So if I click this button, like Black Shores was definitely kind of close to this concept. But I feel like we're going to definitely be getting more things kind of similar to this in the future. I'm going to just let the music play. Hoyo is a music company dressed as a gaming company. That's funny. Y'all, the amount of time that I spent just being down here, like just fighting stuff. Like I would literally spend days, like nights, I mean, with Miss Life, and I would just be running around here fighting enemies. Like, you don't get any benefit from it, but for me, it was about the experience. I just loved being in this area. I loved experiencing, like, you know, the music, the sights, the sound. It was just, yeah. Has the potential to be infinitely more important. It can be a cradle of life on the planet. Yeah. Let me see. Here we go. But yeah, Black Shores definitely has some similar vibes to it that this place does, actually. So yeah, I'm excited. All in all, I am excited. Like I said, the things that like I said, Wuthering Waves, once they get their characterization right, which I do have hope. I feel like, and I've talked about this before, I think 3.0 for Wuthering Waves, we're gonna see a lot better characterization of characters. Or at least we should. Because truth be told, it's not something that the developers aren't aware of or privy to. It is actually something that they were doing back in the beta. They were characterizing the characters a little bit more. And so, like, some of the best characters we have right now in terms of characterization would be characters like Contarella, characters like Cardathea, right? And so I do think as time progresses, those things will improve. Black Shores is the most important place in Soul 3. I just can't prove it. But yeah, Genshin always was better at lore-wise for Kuro, cook with a little story. Yeah, like I said, I think the thing about it is, Genshin's lore hasn't had a lot of time to cook. I think Wuthering Waves can definitely improve, like, be on, you know, a different but similar level. But I think the thing is, we have to give them time to cook. Like, people are comparing, you know, 4 or 5 years of lore that that Genshin has built to Wuthering Waves' lore, which realistically has only been around for about a year. In some ways, not even fully that, but that's a whole nother conversation. Do you remember your emotions entering Avenolium for the first time? That story made me tear for 5 minutes, and I'm stoic, kinda. Ah, true. Yeah, no, I mean, the Avenolium was definitely sick. I think for real, for me, my favorite, like the biggest moment for me, like, oh my gosh, was when we came up the elevator / confessional booth in Renacida. When we first came up to like see what the open world was like, that's what did it for me personally. One thing Wuhan needs to take from Genshin is the capturing radiant system and their marketing. Genshin is really good at marketing the game. Well, yeah, you have to remember though, Genshin has way more money. The reality is marketing, while I agree Genshin does market their game more and realistically better, the marketing aspect is one of the things that Genshin spends most money on. Like, Wuthering Waves spends more money on the actual game than Genshin does, in my opinion. Like, Wuthering Waves spends more money on the actual game, whereas, in my opinion, Genshin spends more money on marketing than they do the game. At this point, money doesn't matter for Kuro. Well, if that's the case, if we're going by... They also advertise, right? If we're going by that logic, I would say that some of their marketing is probably going to be happening more so for 3.0. Because usually, and this is why I said earlier, I think there's a lot of things that are going to change with Wuthering Waves in terms of improvements, but usually those changes get implemented during major version updates, similar to how with Not Cry they just announced like a bunch of different things. And so I feel like something similar to that is going to happen with Wuthering Waves, but it's not going to happen until 3.0. All right. Yo, that's crazy. Look at her. That's cool.
Didn't take too
long. I can't agree on that. I'm tired of seeing Genshin ads literally everywhere. Every single video I click, I chill it pop up. Every social media I open, I'm sick. Oh my gosh. What's your take on the story? Are you enjoying it? Doesn't suck? I am enjoying it so far. I am about to finish Act 1, which is where we are right now. I'm about to finish Act 1, then there's apparently a second act. I feel like 3.0 would be feature heavy because there's not much quality of life at this point. Yeah, that's exactly. Yelena, hey! Elena, that entrance to Renacida felt like a dream. I'm telling you, it did. It so did. But let's compare the story, like Farina's story to Frolova's story. I don't know if that's fair. Farina basically had an entire like region to tell her story. Frolova is a little bit different. I don't know if they're comparable, Ben. I think they're both solid stories, but Farina's story, she literally is an Archon. I would say you could probably argue comparing Farina's story to Cardathia's story. That would be a more apt thing. And realistically speaking, Cardathia's story isn't even over yet, so we have to wait. But when Cardathia's story is over, when we're done with Renacida, then we can have that conversation. Also, I've been lurking because I'm playing Stardew Valley. Oh, that's awesome. Trying to marry Sam. But great talking at the beginning of the stream. Oh, thank you so much, Elena. Appreciate you. Yeah, Miss Life has dipped in and out of Stardew Valley herself, actually. She really enjoys the game. Carthia all the way, LOL. Alfie, I'm not saying anything till it's over. I'm not saying anything until it's over. Regardless of how I feel. Regardless, I might agree with you, I might not. And mind you, Farina is a very beloved character. I think she was done extremely well. But yeah, Act 1 and 2 is great. This clears not line, dog, water, writing. Isn't paywall to not cry? Not cry is great so far. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to continuing. Like I said, I think I'm enjoying my time so far. That is what I will say. 2.7 will turn your head for real. I believe it. JK, but I really thought about what would happen if there's no more quality of life to add. Will they take Genshin route? They're releasing half-done quality of life to add quality of life on top of them. Hey, do you know what happens to people who go sneaking around where you shouldn't? I guess I'm finding out right now. That's so, yeah, the writing for Not Cry has actually been so fun. Like, legitimately, I've enjoyed reading the writing for this region. It's actually enjoyable. Alprichnik. Of course you know what this means. I don't. Guess I'm finding out. This is a Fatui member, by the way. I'm finding out now. Looks like this is all a bit new to me. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm still learning the ropes. How about you give me another chance? Just give me one more chance. I promise you, you won't catch me next time. Did you take a knock to the head? We're not letting a single one of you thieving rats escape. Listen, that girl's probably run off with everything by now. Do you really have time to be standing about arguing with the likes of me? There's no need for you to worry about her. You're coming with us. Wait, what the? How did you get here? Never mind. Get them. I'll be on my way. No need to see me off.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Oh gosh. Of course my eyes are burning now.
Quietly now.
All right, there we go.
Quiet.
The best part is that the exploration isn't paywalled. Well, yeah, for sure. For sure. It's been a while since I'm hyped for the continuation of the story. Oh man, it's been so long. I feel you. It's a noble at service of the Tsar, only they were relevant in 1500s and it's steampunk and not cry. Ah, true. I messed around enough, gonna go to sleep. In Spain, it's okay. Like 12:37, I guess. I should have slept 1 hour ago. Good night, y'all. Yeah, I'm so sorry for starting the stream so late, y'all. There's been so much stuff happening. The world opens itself to those with noble hearts. Is this place really real? Statue of the New Moon. Maybe this place is real, and if it is, I'm extremely impressed. Worship statue. So I've been experimenting with the idea that this place isn't real. Dog exploration atmosphere, everything sucked. OMG, I'm so happy. I don't agree with that, Kaizen. I think Natlan did have some good parts. So I thought the exploration of Natlan, I enjoyed it. But when I say exploration, I'm not talking about the movement mechanics. I'm just talking about what the world looked like and like, you know, like the mysteries and all that. Like I legit like Ochka Natlan, I thought was awesome. The volcano, I enjoyed it. It's the movement mechanics that I can agree with you on. How that was, you know, basically operated. But if we were just to take the movement mechanics out, I thought the world was nice. I thought the world was nice. I thought the music was nice. The story was kind of up and down. When they got to like the dragon stuff and the lore stuff, I was having it. But the actual like war part was like hit or miss for me. Some parts were interesting, other parts I felt were dragged out. But yeah, like for me, it wasn't all bad, is what I'll say. Back after work once again to say the older twin is 100% trustworthy. What's up, Coolmot? You came right on time. What do you expect for 3.0? I expect a lot. I expect a lot. I made a video about it, Ben. If you're just curious, I made a video about it on my channel. It's literally called 3.0 Expectations or something like that. It has Chisa on it, so if you want to check that out, you can. But I expect a whole lot from 3.0 personally. Before I go, do you know where to find the place where a hole and broken glass in the sky is? Like something popped out from another dimension by force. It sounds like you're talking about here. It sounds like you're talking about inside the volcano. If you're not talking about inside the volcano, then that was just like a cutscene from the story. It doesn't stay that way forever. But if you aren't talking about that, then you're probably talking about this. Like it got broken. But that's because the inside of this place is like a simulation. We're talking about secrets and basic exploring. It was great, but movement is bad. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean the whole exploration should have worded it better. Most areas I enjoy. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, I thought that was good. I was hoping phlogiston would be added all over the game. Yeah, same here. I was hoping phlogiston would be added all over the game too. Seriously. Looks sick. Thanks. No problem. All right. Let's see. Before I go, okay. Good thing they allow you to play Not Cry without Noutline. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was telling people. You can go straight to Not Cry. You don't have to worry about Noutline if you don't want to, which I think was a good thing. Interestingly enough. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. All right, looks like we're good. I was thinking they could have given us a gadget that lets carry phlogiston to other regions. Bruh. Exactly. They should have done that. Because it sucks using not long characters when you don't have those abilities. Like the fact that I can't switch this team anymore. I can't even play this team the proper way anymore. He really can't grapple hook twice and then switch into Mavwika. It's so stupid. Legitimately. It is so dumb. And I will say that to the ends of the earth. Anything, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's cope otherwise. Like, come on, y'all. Like, who knows? Maybe they can still do it, or maybe they'll choose to do it, because at the end of the day, it's a choice. But the fact that I can't actually switch these characters like I used to be able to do, I like Kanish so much, y'all. Like, he's one of my favorite looking characters in the entire game. Like, this is just one of the coolest looking dudes in the whole game, man. Truth be told, I should give him this weapon because it matches better. Since I don't have an actual weapon, but yeah. This one's not too bad though, because like the gold, it does match his color scheme. But yeah, man, like I like this character so much, but I do really wish that he because like, not to mention, like, look, they have like the whole, like their C1s and stuff. Like for him, well, his cannot be activated anywhere, I think. Wait, can his C1 not be activated anywhere? Oh wait, no, his C1 can be activated anywhere, but this, additionally the location nearby, okay. While in the area with phlogiston mechanics within not line interacting with harvestable, yeah, you can't even activate this. Swift Envoy does not work. Now you could argue that certain things, like when people are like the OG characters, but he's not an OG character. Because, you know, OG characters, like if your whole passive was like, oh, look, I can tell you where Mondstadt materials are. Well, obviously that doesn't work in other regions. But this is not an OG character. This is like a newer character. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I would love it if that got improved. JPVA is Sasuke's VA from Naruto. That's why I pulled him. Yeah, and the little dragon is Naruto, from what I heard. The dragon, Ahau, is actually Naruto's voice actor. So it's pretty cool. I do not think you still have joy for Genshin because you're mostly Wuwa now. No, yeah, I played Genshin every single day. I just didn't do content for it, but I just decided. And part of that was because of some advice I had gotten as a content creator, where some people were like, oh yeah, just focus only on Wuthering Waves. But I've decided to branch out a bit. Regional lot material seeking makes sense lore-wise as well. Well, yeah, no, it makes sense. But I'm just saying they have the ability to not make that such a, whatchamacallit. It's not such a only this person can do it stuff now. For example, with Not Cry, She can find materials. I don't know if Anefa can see materials, but apparently she can find materials. Flynn can find materials, and maybe Iuno can. Like they definitely have improved it and not made it so, you know. Why do I look at stuff the moment it happens? It's actually crazy. Like I have no idea, but I just look to my left. I'll take a look at this in a bit. Streaming right now. Like sometimes when people send me messages, I just coincidentally look at my phone and then like, oh, hey Enigma, how you doing? I saw you pulled Anefa and Llama. I have a Llama by DK if I've seen some CCs say Anefa is a reaction locked character. Reaction locked character. Are you talking about Lunar Charged? I'm pretty sure Lunar Charged is a thing that's gonna work for everybody. As long as they're from anybody who has electric. Like Flynn, I'm pretty sure can use Lunar Charge without. I mean, yes, it is. Okay, so I see what you're saying. It is region locked. Yes, the reaction is region locked, but that's not really enough of the thing. That's everybody, because I'm pretty sure with Flynn, it's gonna be something similar where you can only use Lunar Charge because that's the whole point. Lunar. It's a lunar thing, meaning they have to be from this place. So yeah. Aren't they all reaction locked since it's Genshin? Except Eula, she's meta locked. That's so rude. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. But first, I want to beat these machines up because materials. We need those.
Witness the power of Gua.
These are cool machines, though.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Forest, protect us.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. All things considered, I'm doing well. You know. Oh, shoot. Didn't know that was about to happen.
Lush as the moonlight. With one heart, we pray.
Insulation chamber deployed.
There's a lot happening in the world right now, to be fair, but, you know. Bro got the shotgun. Yo, you know what? I might be standing corrected, y'all. I might be standing corrected. Perhaps this is a real place. And if it is a real place, I'm honestly kind of curious how they made it look so good from far away.
Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
Like what technologies did they use to make this place look so good from far away? I'm honestly starting to wonder now because it might be real. It seems real. The fact that I can actually go in here now. So yeah. About Nepal? No. Got all the Oculus, but for Notland, I haven't done it almost done with Notland though. Oh, okay, got you. Hey, SEO. SECO. Secco. Last time I played was when Sea Lolly first dropped. How much has changed? I mean, the story seems to be better for what it's worth. I mean, it's still Genshin. Like, it's still Genshin. But the story seems to be paced better from what I'm experiencing. Mind you, obviously, we'll have to see what happens in like 6.1, 6.2. But the non-Krai story seems to be paced a bit better. Also, just the reality, we do know for certain that we know for certain that the devs said that they're going to be focusing more on the actual story of Wuthering Waves, of Genshin, not just all this, like, you know, side stuff that has oftentimes been used to distract us from, you know, from what's actually happening. So essentially a more focused story experience. It seems like we're getting a more focused story experience. So that's a benefit. What do you think of Columbina? It depends on what you mean by what do I think of her. Like her design, her personality. What are we talking about? Yeah, I have seen Columbina. All right, let's see. So we're infiltrating currently. Operate control terminal. I was going to push those away. Send command. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to do this. All right, let's try that. Oh wait, no, that's good. That's literally just a normal bridge. Beautiful.
All done. Let's keep moving.
Are you like deep in Genshin lore or no? I have a decent understanding of the Genshin lore, yes. I have a decent understanding. I mean, I pay attention to it. I'm not as like I'm not even 100% knowledgeable in Wuthering Waves, but I have a considerable understanding of it, I guess is what I'll say. Name all four sinners. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious, Alfie. Why are you so funny? You should be a comedian. Okay. I'm gonna give it a shot. All four sinners. Sertologi. 1. Rhine daughter. 2. Sertologi. Rhine daughter, who is gold, is 2. Let me see. Oh, that's 5. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, 5. Yeah, there's 5 sinners. You suck. You suck. Oh gosh, you suck. Oh gosh, why? Why you gotta do that? I can't believe you've done this. Oh man. Okay. I don't even know what to say anymore. But Alfie's a jerk. He just tested my Genshin lore knowledge, and you know what he said? Quick, name all 4 sinners.
Oh shit.
No, but you know what's worse?
What?
Apparently there's 5.
Oh,
It was a trick question. I know. I know. Rhine daughter, rarer. I only know 3. All right, what are the 5? You're gonna try. Okay, you're gonna try. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Give it a shot. Was it one of them like shoot? Was one of them Deshret? Was Deshret a sinner? But he wasn't with Conria. He's not a sinner. He just got ancient knowledge. But he wasn't necessarily a sinner, was he? Probably caught up to your stream. Hey, how's not crying for real? So for you so far? It's nice. Time expression. It's actually been nice. I've been enjoying it. So nah, he wasn't a sinner. Okay. Hey, what's up, Lux? Yeah, legitimately, I'm really like struggling here. Rayrear? Who's Rainier? Rayrear. I don't even know who that is. Vedrofnir. I remember that. What's up? Vidolfnir, Rhine daughter, Rayrear, Sertologi, and Horoptir. Yeah, I don't know those people at all. I actually do not know who those people are. Where do I learn about those people? The Foul? Sertologi is the Foul, yeah. Yeah, so see, like I said.
There's no one here.
Stop it, Alfie. Stop it.
That's good news for us.
I know that's a
Let's
lie.
head inside.
Appreciate you, Knight. I know there's not 5 shades. Is it 3 shades? There's 3 shades. Or 4 shades. There's 4 shades. There's 4 shades, right? Save for the shades. I'll spoil it. There's 5? No, really? There's 5 shades? There's 4. There's 3? Is he? You need about all 4 of them? Okay, there's 4 shades, right? Appreciate you. I'm about to say, because there's the one that Rhine daughter mixed up with. There's the Heavenly Principles. There's Istaroth. And there is... Istaroth is the time one. There's the one that controls, like, space, which is the Heavenly Principles. There's the Rhine daughter, the DNA one or whatever. There's that one. Life, death, time, and space. Yeah, and then there's Renova or whatever. So Renova, the one that Rhine daughter fused with, and then Istaroth, and then the Heavenly Principles. The Heavenly Principles is not a shade. It's 4. Rhine daughter, Istaroth, Renova, Heavenly Principles. Did I cook? Heavenly Principles is not a... Vidofnir is a visionary, Rhine daughter is gold, Hapter is the wise, Sortologi is the fall, Rira is the Riker of souls. Riker of souls. Interesting. Okay. And the Phanes, the crown. It's simple to remember 4 shades that are equivalent to the flower, plume, sand, and goblet, and Phanes, the crown. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Life, time for the sands, the flower is life. The goblet, what is the goblet considered? The feather, I don't know if the feather is considered either, to be fair. They are under the Heavenly Principles because they messed up after fighting the Dragon King. The plume of death. Ah, got you. Older brother of Dainslift? Bro, that's crazy. He was the one of the cabaret quest that influenced Clothar Albrecht to create the Abyss Order and also influenced our twin to join the Abyss Order. But the one who influenced. Oh, that was that like center thing that we saw? Okay, I remember that one. Interesting. Okay. Holy Lord Uriel. Shades of the Heavenly Principles. Phanes. Isn't Paimon one of the shades because it's the animated vid? They all said she is with the new master or something, right? That's the speculation, Kaizen. Yeah, that's the speculation. Wait, so wait, what's the space one then? I thought the space one was considered the Heavenly Principles. So there's only 3 shades and the Heavenly Principles is just above them all. That's the idea here. 3 shades, Heavenly Principles is on top. I'll be figure them out if you want. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. The shade Asmodee, that's her name. Space is Asmodee, not the Heavenly Principles. She's the sustainer of the Heavenly Principles. She's a shade. Got you. Space is just a sustainer. Ah, yeah, that is true. And thank you, Drago. It was called the sustainer of the Heavenly Principles, not the Heavenly Principles themselves. Fair. Thank you. So what's Istaroth? Istaroth is time. Istaroth is time. I still think Istaroth is so sick. Like the line from that trailer, you chose to give them history, is such an interesting concept. It's true, but it's just like I've never thought about the idea that way. And not to say that that's literally true for like reality, but within the game concept at the very least, like you chose to grant them history because without time there's no history because nothing is moving. So it's just like I was like, that's sick. All right, we're gonna get back into it. Asmodee, Istaroth, Rhine daughter, Nibirius, Renova. Thank you, Thomas Precious. Those were the names I remember. Rhine daughter and Nibirius, and then Renova. Yep, the space one was on another. Yep, Istaroth is the only, also the one who bends the rules the most. Yes. They're not going to make them playable, bro. They didn't make Capitano or Senora playable. I know. Renova's design is so pretty too, man. But yeah, they're not going to be playable. If they became playable, it would not be until we were finished with this chapter. That's my thought process. If they ever decided to make them playable, it would have to be after the current chapter that we're in. Like the Tevat chapter. Like once we're off in space or somewhere else, then. Makoto striking a deal with Istaroth is so wild too. Yeah. That's good news. Yeah, like I said, I play all, like, I don't just, I'm not a tribalist or whatever. Like I'll play a game if I think it's cool. And because for me, there's a lot of different aspects. Does Wuthering Waves have better combat? Absolutely. But, does Wuthering Waves have better cutscenes? Yes. But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate different aspects of different games. And so, yeah. That's good news for us. Let's head inside. All right.
Looks like a rest.
So there's no one here. That's good news. Okay. Rest of the area for the Fatuis. Oh, I need to hear her say it.
Looks like a rest area for the Fatui's Aprishniki.
Aprishniki.
Huh? the terminal's still on?
That's true, Cool Knight.
Looks like that good news is now half good news, half bad news. What do you mean? Well, it seems like that alarm I just triggered was so high level that even the guards in the rest area went to investigate. That's the good news, by the way.
Dang.
And what's the bad news? The bad news is
W distraction.
that once they realize it was a false alarm, they're bound to circle back and check this floor. And then we're toast. So we've
Toast.
gotta move fast here. If you need me to run a quick search, say the word.
Information about the moon marrow, the map of the facility, the faculty's purpose. Facility's purpose.
Analysis of Kuvaki extracted from the moon marrow suggests that its energy core bears some close relation to the power of the former Three Moon Sisters. It is suspected that there is a link between
their
the
pronunciation?
Frostmoon Scion's hidden relic and the shattered remnants of the Eternal Moon.
All right, let me go back real quick.
Looks like a rest area for the Fatui's Oprishniki.
So it's not a Prishniki, it's a Preachniki, a Preachniki. Is that what you're saying? A Preachniki instead of a Preachniki, a Preachniki. I'm sure anybody who doesn't was tuned out is like, what in the world is he saying? That's just the second vowel. Of what? There's a lot of vowels here. Oh, the second vowel is I, so. Oh, Preachniki. Like a big stop on the I or something. Let's see. Analysis of the Kuvaki extracted from the moon marrow suggests that its energy core bears some relation to the power of the former Three Moon Sisters. Okay. Energy core bears close relation. It is suspected that there's a link between the Frostmoon Scion's hidden relic and the shattered remnant of the Eternal Moon. Good. Good night, man. All right, got you, Alfie. Appreciate you. Oh, no. Ghoul night. I got you. Gotta go now. Gotta catch some Z's for tomorrow's work. Then the weekend, time for fun. Game-a-thon, here I come. Gaming conversation. Got you. Game-athlon. Got you. The name of the Dragon King is Nibelung. Yes, I am aware of that. I am aware of that. Like I said, I have like scattered knowledge, so I do understand certain concepts. I know certain concepts exist. I know like Venti is like a wind spirit who was given some special power from Mistaroth. The whole wind of the 1,000 temples and all that stuff. I know the sky's a lie. Obviously, everybody understands that now. But like, I do have certain bits of information. Is my point. I'm not 100% solid on it all, but I do have certain general bits, and I remember the things that I played for the most part. What it all meant is another conversation entirely. But yeah, I know about like the witches. I don't remember every single last witch, but I know they exist, like N and M and all that stuff. We were talking to like one of them, I think. Were we talking to M? Were we talking to a witch? Or were we talking to, who are we talking to in Notlon again? Wait, we were talking to Renova. Were we talking to Renova? And I'm not talking about with Capitano at the very end. I'm talking about when we were like underground or something. And we needed Auroran's help. Who was the person we were talking to when we needed Auroran's help to like it was something like with the spirits or something like that? And it was like in a statue. Do you remember when they dropped the spaceship in 3.5? That was so cool. Alfie, that was so stupid. The spaceship stuff was just so forced. I wasn't a big fan of the way that they introduced that, but anyway. The Lord of the Night. It was after the Lord of the Night conversation. I think somebody else showed up. I think someone else showed up after that Lord of the Night conversation. If I recall it correctly. That was Nicole? Oh, okay, maybe that's what happened. Nicole just be speaking to us like randomly. Who is she and why? Because isn't she the same one who spoke to us in Sumeru or something like that? Disori's design in Genshin manga was so bad, like it was awful. Oh my gosh. It was interesting. It was very interesting. It was suspected that there's a link between... Okay.
Come on. None of this is important right now. Just tell us where you hid the darn thing. Access denied. You do not have permission to view this data? Even with a high-level access card?
Oh, interesting,
Who does
Enigma.
have permission then?
Can't physically speak. Interesting. Why is that? In our minds sometimes? Yeah. Even with the high-level access? Where are y'all getting all this information about these women from? Is it like in some artifact thing? Is it a book that I need to read? I don't know. Even with the high-level access card, who does the permission then? A map of the facility's purpose. Can't think of anything else. High-level access card. Who does the permission then? The facility's purpose. Can't think of map of the facility.
Good idea. Pulling it right away.
Ashikai.
Wow. What's
Imaginarium
with that huge
theater
house
lore?
structure down below?
That actually makes sense. I don't even know where the
That might
lore
just
would be in
it.
there.
Secluded, out of the way.
Is it those paintings on the wall?
Exactly the sort of place they might be keeping the relic.
Low CC's Ashikai? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's like the stuff on the wall, I guess. That might just be it. Secluded, out of the way. Exactly the sort of place they might be keeping the relic. Got you. The facility's purpose.
264 pages. What is this? A novel? Can we just skip to the end?
Somebody would definitely have said that about
Flipping through it
Genshin
as we
before.
speak.
Miss, Miss Life literally said that one time.
Huh. Seems like the Fatui and Snezhnaya are trying to harness the power of the Light Realm to build some kind of weapon. The target of which is... Seriously? Insufficient clearance? Again?
Can't think of anything. So they're trying to harness a weapon. The power of the light realm. Oh, harness the power of the light realm to build some kind of weapon, but we don't know who the target is. Got it. And these are the Fatui and Snezhnaya specifically, not Krai. But I guess this is just like where they're building it. What do they want to shoot down? What makes you think they're trying to shoot something down? You read, watch, and look at the leaks. I can't think of anything else.
Looks like that's about all our current clearance gives us access to.
Can't say longer since I need to get to bed. Enjoy the quest. This is a good one. Appreciate you, Lux. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'll be streaming earlier in the day in time. Sorry about the radical nature of the stream schedule lately. I'm trying to get Lauma's weapon. I have Nahita's weapon, so I don't really need to get Lauma's weapon. By the way, the HSR 3.6 live stream is today. I'm really excited for Evernight. I think it's in 12 hours. Ah, got you. I'm still in 3.2 apparently, story-wise, so hey. You'll be surprised where we find this much lore. Enough of the weapon description has more moon/dragon heavily principles lore. Ah, true. That makes sense, actually. Looks like that's all about all our current clearance gives us access to.
Based on what we know so far, it seems like the rest must be hidden inside that massive hollow beneath us. I could sense something beneath the water down there. Something unsettling.
If they've gotten their hands on the moon marrow, odds are it's hidden down there too.
Data analysis, story awareness.
And here I thought we were almost done. But nope, we're going deeper and deeper into the danger zone. Chin up, Yehoda. Once this job's done, you're buying yourself the biggest nod-crying hot dog in town. Deal's a deal.
All right, solve the mechanism and shut the fan off. Because who doesn't keep a random tomato and head of lettuce on their desk or in their drawer? The inner monologues are funny. Yeah, I like her too. I like her design. She's cool. Core, wait. We gotta break it?
Watch out for that defense bot! Ah, it's aiming right at us! You'll have to use Kavaki to deflect its attacks back the way they came!
Bruh, can I? I'm dead. Nice knowing you. Why do I feel like I'm playing Sly Cooper or something right now? World's worst security bullets move slower than Genshin's characters run. Yeah, fair enough. Like, how do I throw it back? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it, do I not throw it at this? Okay.
You poor lost lamb.
Go!
There we go. I'm about to say, like, what am I supposed to do here? So I'm just waiting. How do I get out? All right, it's okay, everybody. It's okay. All hope is not lost. There's still a way. Where there's a will.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
See, that's the strategy. That was the strategy all along. Y'all just didn't know.
Forest, protect us.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. This feels like it's taking.
Its attacks are getting faster!
Yeah, I'm gonna say, can we hurry this up, please?
We're almost there!
I was about to say, come on now. All right, cool.
It's finally down. Quick, let's hurry down to the lower level before
Let's
we're
grapple.
spotted.
I know. Let's do a triple jump. You know, jump, plunge, grapple. We can get back up easy. Let's see. Chat, how do I throw? Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. But yeah, Johoda looks cool. I like her. I was saying earlier that the character designs for Not Krai are like really good. Some of the best I think they've had for like an entire region. Like there's standout ones, and then there's just like, yeah, like y'all cooked. Okay. Investigate. Isn't built at all. Wish they do what Wuwa does and give you a pre-built traveler.
Which looks
Ah, true.
suspiciously obvious. No way I'm pulling that. But you guys, go ahead. Hey, you spotted it first. Shouldn't you be the one to pull it?
Shouldn't
not
you
a
be the one?
chance. I'm just the guide, remember? At most, I'll help you look for an escape route. They don't seriously think pulling this thing's gonna lead to treasure, do they? I'd be amazed if it doesn't set off an alarm. Besides, I didn't even bring my smoke bombs. Which reminds me of the actual second rule of treasure hunting. Better safe than sorry.
Indeed. Allow me. Rumbling. Rumbling! Shout out to Attack on Titan fans.
Ground. It's shaking.
That's literally the rumbling. Dun, 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 dun. Spoilers. I mean, is it really that much though? What is going on? Is this a trap? This is like a trap. I'm about to say, technically, the concept of the rumbling was presented like in the very beginning of Wuthering Waves. I mean, Attack on Titan.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Oh,
I'm
somebody.
getting put
Oh,
on the Fatui's blacklist for sure.
Don't worry, Yehoda. You've helped us so much. If they try anything,
Yeah, the
we'll
lips-
protect you.
yeah. The lip sync is a lot of people have been talking about the lip sync.
Come on, I was just kidding. I'm tough, okay? Just haven't had the chance to show off my fighting skills yet. Me, afraid of the Fatui? Ugh, not a chance.
I suspect the relic is hidden down below. Yehoda, your commission ends here. I am truly grateful for everything you've done for us. You don't need to put yourself in any further danger.
Oh, I'm coming with you. This has nothing to do with the commission or the danger or whatever. This has already gotten way out of hand, so I'm coming too. End of story.
Aw, she's blushing.
Hey, zip it. Why'd you keep staring? Are you looking for a knuckle sandwich or what? Oh, come on, move it already.
Back on Waves. Attack Titan. The Wuthering Titan. I'm looking for a llama sandwich. Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up? Let's see. This is interesting. Into the space beneath. Wait, did we make it to where it's like bright and sunny outside? Wasn't this area originally like really dark? No, I don't think she will. The view looks nice. No, yeah, for sure. This area is pretty dope. But yeah, it looks like we made it bright outside. Where it was previously dark. All right, time to go. Ooh, what's over here? I feel like there should be something in here, you know? Like, I don't know what, but surely there's like some type of... It just looks like a place where something would be. Now, how do I get there? Okay, I can climb up this way. Okay. Will my exploration be rewarded? That's the question here. Will my exploration be rewarded? No. No. The game said no. I don't think I will. This looks like the surface of the moon. What the? Doesn't it? This looks like a moon crater. Is this the remnant? I think they did say they built this thing on the... They built this thing on top of the moon. Or on top of the remnant. Does he know? Stop. Basic parkour elements to help with this ledge. Stop, Alfie. What do you mean, Alfie? Have you not heard of our limited characters, Shilonen and Mavwika and Kanish and Chaska, maybe, if she can reach that? You know, have you not heard of them? Or have you not heard of Kazuha, our limited character Kazuha, who has capabilities to help with that situation? Or perhaps Venti, maybe even. What's her name? What is her name? Oh yeah. Or Kirara, right? This outfit of hers is so cool. I'm not gonna lie though, looking at her feet creeps me out. I see what I want Kazuha actually. Like, this outfit is really nice, but those feet still do me a concern. Yo, enough out here trying to vacuum the moon. She is dedicated.
It's really deep down here. What is this place?
We're standing on another fragment of the ancient moon's remnants.
There we go.
So this was the source of the Kuvaki I sensed earlier.
Wait, what? So the Fatui had it hidden underwater this whole time? This gigantic thing? Yehoda,
she seems like she's overwhelmed right now.
What? Me? Have I? It's nothing. Really. We're doomed. How are we even supposed to get back up from here? Oh, my grappling hook's not nearly long enough.
She has a grappling hook.
If someone spots us here after all that commotion, we'll be sitting ducks.
Oh shoot. We have a grappling hook character. Maybe they'll be better than Kanish. Who knows?
Please don't say it's the Fatui!
No, please, no. We finally made it here, and we're so close to getting the job done. I didn't risk my neck just to die before I've even had a chance to spend my reward.
Oh no, like so I was saying, like so far
What happened?
it's been
Why did the underwater barrier open?
dang. I was about to say, so far, Krai's pacing has been good. And I've said this before it came out. I was like, I do think that they are going to improve some of these aspects because they don't really have much of a choice. I see.
How could this be?
Huh? Lauma? And
Oh, it's
You guys.
her!
Wilhelmina? What's going on here?
Yo, her name is legit Villain. It's not Villain. But Wilhelmina sounds like Villain. Wow, bro. Wow, that's crazy. Y'all knew and y'all didn't say nothing. Keep it that way. What's going on here?
looks like there's no point trying to hide it anymore.
What are you talking about?
I thought you might come, but I didn't expect to see you here so soon.
Blasphemy about Khadij? Wait, what are you talking
Forget
about?
it. The moon marrow isn't here.
You joined the Fatui?
Hey, look, anime. It wouldn't be the first time that we got like a 4-star character that outdid. Like Venti's an Archon, and he's been getting outdone by he gets outdone by Sucrose. Respectfully, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, if she has a better grappling hook than Kanish, and it wouldn't be hard. All you have to do is give her a grappling hook that can be used 2 times. And that's not region locked. And it's better.
Yes,
You joined the Patui.
The day I could no longer bear to live a lie.
Oh. She says, I know the lie too.
The Fatui wouldn't accept me. But then, one of their harbingers noticed me and said she'd give me a chance.
She noticed me. She said, notice me, senpai. And she did. Are we getting a proper flashback? Oh shoot, no black screen, white text. What?
Lost them again.
What? There's voice? What? Is this really Genshin?
That harbinger told me to follow the blonde traveler who might visit the Frostmoon Scions. Easier said than done, though. The animals are on alert at night. If they see me, Llama will catch wind of what I'm doing sooner or later. Am I really doing the right thing? No. It's too late to turn back now. The empty prayers, the stubborn displays of faith like Cappy's today. This isn't the life I want. Huh? Is that... Ah, the Traveler's back.
Oh wow.
I won't let her slip away this time.
This was recent.
Wait, who's that with her? They look so alike. They seem to be heading towards the statue of Kutar. They've opened the secret chamber? But wasn't it meant to be sealed? Wait a second. The Moon Marrow! Surely they're not after the Moon Marrow. I'd better go report this straight to... Hold on. If they do actually make it to the final room, then maybe I'll be able to get my hands on the relic. The one thing the Fatui have been after this whole time. If someone's going to take it, it might as well be me. This could be my ticket to joining them.
That night, it was you. You followed us in.
Yes. And in your final moment of hesitation, I took the chance.
And then you gave it to the Fatui? But when we talked to you before, you seemed so genuinely worried about Lauma.
Because I thought she was as fed up with the Frostmoon Scions as I was. We grew up together, Llama. I know you were chosen to be the next Moon Chanter when you were just a child. They never gave you a choice in that. I saw the look in your eyes when you were treating that child. That sense of helplessness. Surely you too must see that this blind, inherited faith of ours is simply holding us back. If our prayers are never answered, then why keep praying? Do they really deserve all of your devotion?
Yehoda is legit out here not trying to be seen at all. She said, I will not be implicated. I will not be implicated.
Or are you trapped by the responsibilities they imposed on you?
So those are your reasons for wanting to leave the Frostmoon Scions?
Isn't that reason enough?
When we pray to the moon, we do so to show our gratitude for the life it granted us long ago. It reminds us to strive for something higher within ourselves. But I know that's not what you want to hear. You're right, Philomena. I have indeed kept secrets from you.
Bruh.
I knew it. You don't want to be the Moon Chanter, do you?
No, that's not it. I'm talking about the fact that the moon in the sky isn't real.
Oh my gosh!
You're saying...
Yo! The moon in the sky isn't real. this changes everything. Like, this changes everything, right? So that means that all this time, if that's not the real moon, then what is it? Like the moon, next thing you know, they're gonna say something like, oh, the whole sky is a lie, right? It doesn't just stop at the moon, but the whole sky. Like, that would be crazy. That would actually be crazy. Like, did any of you ever realize that? That never crossed my mind, honestly. The moon is not real. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. That's crazy. That's what I expect people who aren't paying attention to the lore to say. Piero be actually looking past the fake moon. Yeah, no, I was saying that actually. I said that yesterday on stream. I was like, Piero, if he can see all the way to the shades, he's probably looks past the he's probably able to look past the fake sky as well. He just sees like that he looks at the real moon or whatever it is. You're saying, huh?
I've completely lost the thread now. Oh, do we really have to do this here? What if a harbinger shows up? Oh, I'm not cut out for fighting big bosses.
Translation, I'm a 4-star or I'm a support. One of the two. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, she is really in survival mode right now. She's like, bruh, I don't want to be here, man.
You sensed in me was the pain of hiding this truth.
It's so funny because she's basically like a normal person in this scenario. Any normal person would have looked at this and be like, bro, I do not want to be here. Can we get out of here, please? Pretty please. Like, y'all have a whole lot of guts to just be standing here talking. If a harbinger shows up, y'all doing this, how are we getting out of this exactly? Like, these are the real questions and nobody's asking them.
If what you're saying is true, then you already knew that the Frost Moon Scions wouldn't believe any of this. Why didn't you just leave like I did?
You don't understand, do you? That's the difference between us, Philomena. I care about the Frost Moon Scions. They're family to me. It hurts because I care. And that's why I chose to hide the truth. But now I understand that was a mistake. My family deserves to know the truth. I shouldn't have tried to hold it all together with empty prayers.
Are you trying to say that I only ever cared about myself?
There's nothing wrong with that in itself. No one would have tried to stop you from leaving. But you did not have to stab us in the back like this.
And there we go. Cue Yehoda. She like did like, oh my gosh.
I knew it. I just knew it. Oh, what now? If a harbinger shows up, I'm out of here. No darned relic is worth dying over.
Looks like I misjudged you, Llama. I didn't think you had it in you to stand up to your fate. Turns out, you are a great moon chanter after all. But you were right about one thing. I haven't considered Hisi Island my home for a long, long time now.
Bosses, time to go.
I will change the Frost Moon Scions, Philomena, as soon as the new moon rises.
Then I guess I won't be around to see it. Say, Lauma, what happens to those who betray the Frost Moon Scions?
Joke.
May their antlers be shorn with silver blades, and let them be cast into the long night of unknowing.
Aww. Oh. That's some resolve, though. I'll give her that. She's definitely
I have honored the ways of the Frost Moon Scions. One last time. Think of it as a gesture of respect, Llama.
Yo, that's crazy. What's up, T-Money? That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, I respect it. I respect it. I legitimately do respect it. Because, you know, like, at least as far as deers are concerned, I'm pretty sure they have, like, nerves in their antlers. So it's not like they don't feel anything.
There they are!
Grandma?
Marionette has the moon marrow. She went to Star Sand Shoal.
Oh.
Don't flatter yourself now. I'm not trying to atone. I just don't believe you'll actually be able to change them.
An alarm coming from the Experimental Design Bureau. Interesting.
The sky looks back to normal.
Wrap things up and get yourselves ready. Looks like we might be having some guests.
Yes, milady.
Perfect timing. This job's been boring me to death. Time to test some hypotheses.
Bosses! I mean, esteemed clients. I mean, generous benefactors. Wait up! Come on! Sure you don't want to consider heading home first and coming back another day? Nasha Town's that way. You are aware that this is the way to...
I'm just trying to figure out how we even got out of there.
Ahead of schedule.
Did we just fight our way through?
Oh no, it really is a harbinger this time.
Marionette.
So you are here after all. Hand over that relic right now. It belongs to the Frost Moon Scions.
I'm sorry, Paimon. Here you go.
You
My
mean
bad.
that thing your antlered turncoat brought us? I have never much cared for trophies given up without a fight. But watching you tear each other apart over it? Priceless.
I'm not in the mood for warnings today.
Ooh, how frightening. Had I a Trimble function, I'd have rattled off at least a dozen screws by now.
So is she like, she's not a full, I mean, I guess she's like a solid full cyborg at this point, to where even her own, she's barely human at this point, I guess.
Or perhaps I've just set my sense of humor parameter too high. Were you trying to be funny just now? You don't honestly believe you're a match for me, do you? Go on then. Let's serve our guests a little appetizer.
You're gonna shoot missiles out of your back?
Hey, didn't you hear me?
She looks
I
younger
said, let's
looking
serve
than
our
in the
guests
trailer.
A little...
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh no. Watch out.
Wild Hunt.
It's the Wild Hunt.
I knew it. Younger looking than in the trailer. I will say this. I kind of expected her to be a little bit more refined in nature. She doesn't really, she seems more just like,
Cleanup sequence initiated.
No, my soul!
she seems more pompous than she does refined.
Preparing for
But maybe that was just a miss on my expectations.
Here comes the
Go.
catch. Gotcha.
defensive mode engaged.
Time to act. Receive my blessing.
These things just keep coming. Isn't there anything we can do?
Ooh, big one.
For the everlasting forest. You poor Witness the power of Gugwa.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Okay, we gotta take this one out before it gets its health back. Is ready to interact with
Steal them away!
Annihilation mode.
Alright. These are the last group of them now. Alright, there we go.
Is that it?
Oh, at least that's what the Lightkeeper's handbook says.
Careful. It's not over yet.
That was like hands coming out. Okay, Flynn, it's time to show up. What's going on? It's Abyssal Power, all right? And even stronger than before? What's the Wild Hunt even after?
Paimon! Lauma! Yehuda!
No response. I have to find them again and quickly. Oh, shoot. The moon is covered up. You wanna get the story? No. It's definitely not the story. Isn't there like a mode with Pyro Traveler where you can like send out flaming shots, kind of like flaming slashes, kind of like Alpha a little bit? Isn't that a thing? I thought it was, at least. Find everyone. Only on the boss? That's crazy. You know more about Genshin than I do, Alfie. Alright. Who will we encounter first? Paimon? Lauma? Yehuda? Mess up our senses. I feel like that's what's happening here.
Lumine, over here!
Ether!
Quick, grab my hand.
Why are you here, bro? This is a lie.
Lumine, what's wrong?
Why are you here at all, Ether?
Oh, now you're
What do you
using
mean?
common sense.
If I may be so bold, what does family mean to you?
Why were you after the Moon Marrow that night, Ether?
Among those who entered the final chamber, there was either someone with impure intent, or else an abyssal presence.
It was Villamir.
We can talk about that later.
Tell me why, Ether.
No, it can't be.
You know, this is only the second time we fought together since the day we both woke up in Tavad.
No.
Lumine.
No.
But when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person.
We didn't wake up together.
What are you talking about? We don't have time for this, Lumine! Look at me, Lumine! Don't you want to explore this world with me?
This doesn't seem like a real human right now. It really doesn't.
You think I'd lie to my little sis?
Oh, shoot.
Go get it from me, Lumine. It belongs to me.
I never believed it. I didn't want to believe it. That strange feeling that something was off.
You're not
I
Aether.
wanted it to be real so badly, even if it only lasted a moment. But you're not my brother.
I knew it. Oh, she's a bow character.
The cold night should be our blessing, yet only confusion and sorrow remain. The truth may yet lie beyond the sky, but must we become lost because of it? Standing before you, as a scion of Hyperborea and the Frost Moon's emissary, I say this. Should the false sky above dim the light of the moon, then from silver blood that flows as rivers, let us weave moonlight anew.
So it was the illusion of the wild hunt. Bro got disowned. Yeah, so
Is everyone okay?
I think the question now is what threw me off a little bit is she referenced something that he didn't say in Not Cry. I'm pretty sure now, unless I'm forgetting, but the whole conversation about, oh yeah, I woke you up and we, and we left. I don't know if he said that in Not Cry. I thought that's something he said back in 5.6 or something with the Dainslow quest. So she's referencing that too, which almost makes me think that is she of the opinion that has not actually met her real brother this entire time? Or is she just saying that, or maybe it was that and she's saying, wait, no, what you're saying isn't true. So she's really just talking about the Not Cry version. She's like, wait, no, I know for certain that we woke up at different times. So therefore, you saying that means that you're not the real one. Oh, I'll see. Is everyone okay?
Think I saw my life flash before my eyes there. Oh, good thing Laumado was there to save the day.
Bedtime stories shouldn't leave any memories, though. Well, no, 5.6 wasn't bedtime stories. That's the one in Not Line with the volcano and the whole, you dropped your key. I'm fine.
Well, that took you long enough. Seriously, how many of you are there?
Yeah, because I thought that line was dropped, unless I'm forgetting something. Maybe I'm forgetting that conversation being had, but I thought that conversation was had during 5.6. So, yeah, but maybe I can go back through this story and verify if that line talking about the key was something from recent or now. Well, that took you long enough. Seriously, how many of you are there? Pathetic.
Oh no. Oh, I spoke too soon. Totally forgot we still have a harbinger to deal with.
She's fine. Excuse me. Ooh, think I saw my life flash before my eyes. Good thing Laumado was there to save the day. Are you all right? Let me see. Okay, cool.
Hey, is that the moon marrow? It was hidden inside that big robot of hers all along. But that robot...
That's Polonia to you, not just some robot.
So it's a girl? Polonia sounds like a feminine name, so I don't know, but...
And get lost.
She gave it to it? What is going on here?
Huh? You're just giving it to us?
What?
Well, I wasn't the one who put out the order to find this thing in the first place. So if someone wants it, they can help themselves. Maybe even choke on it.
Is she a tsundere?
I care.
Is she a tsundere? What the heck is going on? She's saying that it's another harbinger who was after the moon mirror. I don't care. Like, even if she was, like, you would think she would fight. You know, like, is she like not the fighting type? Which I can understand. Like, hey, look, I'm just the intelligence gatherer. I'm not really like a fighter like that. But like her influence and power is so strong. Because like, you know, you got the banker guy. So it's like some of these guys are not so much for fighters, but it's like they're just like really heavy in terms of influence. Because of what they can actually do for the organization. Wow, okay.
So, are you waiting for me to change my mind or what? I'd be more than happy to pick up where we just left off. But I should warn you, I'm in a bad mood right now.
Respectfully, I think her voice acting work in English is...
Fine by me. Totally, completely,
It's
absolutely
not...
on board with that.
I kind of expected something different.
It's finally over. If that doesn't make the most thrilling commission of the year, I don't know what will.
And it's not like ruining the experience, but it's just noticeable.
The Fatui are all gone now.
Yeah, it feels like... Ooh. It feels like she's like not... She hasn't encapsulated the character fully. Like, it feels like... For me, there's certain people when it sounds like they're trying to voice act versus when it just sounds like they're embodying the character. And I'm not gathering the embodying the character part. Fatui are all gone now, huh?
Loma?
Mentioned that she normally has to keep her power in check. I guess this is what happens if she doesn't.
I'm all right. It's just been so long since I truly felt the power of the moon.
And right on
I
time.
sensed the wild hunt nearby. Don't tell me you've already taken care of it.
Kind of would have been cooler if he showed up to help, but yeah.
Hey, he's that Ratnik.
Unless I am mistaken, you are the Moonchanter of the Frost Moon Scions, are you not? May I ask, what is that in your
I was
hand?
wondering about that too, Anime, because Polonia was down. I was thinking about that too.
Please, don't get me wrong. I've been tracking the wild hunt lately, and I've come to suspect that its actions aren't as aimless as they might seem.
Yeah, I think Blends is cool. I like his design a lot. I'm gonna try to get him. And yeah, Polonia was down. Plus, it's literally 3 of us. It's Traveler, first of all. And Traveler is very clearly known to be extremely strong. Then on top of that, it's Lauma and Jehoda for what it's worth, right? Like, she's a little bit of an unknown in terms of the strength category, but still, it's basically 3-1. She knows her lackeys aren't going to make that much of a difference, probably. And it's Traveler we're talking about. And Traveler's a problem. So I can understand her desire to not have to fight too hard if she doesn't want, if it's not favorable, basically. Aren't as aimless as they might. So the wild hunt, he thinks he knows the goals behind the
When I saw
wild
what you
hunt.
were holding, I could not help but start connecting the dots.
So that night, Aether, no, the wild hunt was using me to get to the moon marrow. Okay, so she believes that, it seems like she believes that Aether, and not Krai specifically, was the wild hunt, not all together. That's what I'm gathering from this. I'd better find some time to have a word with Lens, just in case.
You better be extra careful, Flint. It seems like the Wild Hunt is capable of impersonating people now.
Oh, is that so? Funny that. I just showed up completely out of the blue, yet you seem to have no problems trusting me.
Yo, he's right, but dang.
I apologize. I shouldn't be making jokes like that right now.
He's likable though. He's chill.
Anyway,
He's definitely, I feel it.
understand. Thank you for the tip-off. It seems that the wild hunt has somehow changed in nature. I'll have to report this to HQ right away. For now, let us part ways here.
I see anime. There's still something strange about him. I can't seem to put my finger on it. Wait, so Llama was on her guard against him this whole time?
That little joke of his just now sure scared the bejeebies out of Paimon. Are all the Red Nikki and not Krai like that?
They're usually stationed in remote areas and tend to keep to themselves. So, it's not surprising they end up a little eccentric.
No, he's different.
Really? How so?
The animals. They've told me they're afraid to even go near him.
Sheesh. Involved, please complete it first. Return to the curatorium. The location is currently being Blessing of the Frost Moon quest will be paused. Problem sorting robot. Enable focus mode. Dance of the Snowy Tides. Yeah, these seem to be like the some world quests that I accidentally ran into, I think, that are causing it to stop. So we'll put that in focus experience mode. Return to the Curatorium of Secrets. All right. That's what this area is about. Dang, it's pretty cool. Orlo.
Cleanup sequence and
Let me read you a verse. Huh?
Yo, how am I getting frozen that quick?
Lush as the moon.
Perhaps this treasure has been waiting for you all along.
Perhaps. Let's see. What do we have? One more and a few more of those. All right. Where am I? 19. All right. We'll come back. Lynn's felt like she gave the moon up to say, oh, yeah. The silent command interrupt the enemy's progress. Got it. Okay, there we go. Wonder why this area looks like this. Is there a shadow? Oh, maybe it's that thing's shadow? Yeah, probably. Block of berries! Oh, what is this? Check. A dim lantern appears to be the signature equipment of a lightkeeper. Oh, okay, Frostmoon Sign area. I will definitely say this. This area, it's pretty big. Like it doesn't look as big, but it's actually pretty big. I mean, I guess in some ways you could think about it kind of like Inazuma.
Forest. Defensive mode engaged.
Rain outlines your fate.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to there. To like actually explore it proper. Huh. Well, they don't run away from you, so that's nice. Unlike the crystal flies. Let's see, unless Llama has like something where they don't run away from you because Llama's on the team. Statue of the new moon. Oh yeah. Why not? There we go. Time to see Nefer again. I wonder, is the cat always there? Like, even though Nefer might not be, I feel like the cat might actually always be there. Melazine! Minotroise Phantom Agent. Interesting. And what are you looking at? Are you just like admiring? Where'd that guy run off to? Are you looking for someone? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm looking for this guy. Theangis. Been chasing him from Yilong Wharf all the way to... What? Nacha Town. Let's just say he's a friend of mine. There's a lot of things we can talk about together. So many things, in fact, I think it's best to drag him back to Fontaine so we can sit down and have a nice long chat. Theoretically, he should be in town right now, so why can't I find him? That's crazy. Yilong Wharf is literally like, wait. Yilong Wharf is over here, yeah. So you basically came from all the way over here. Now, you could maybe argue like, oh, there's water. There's water in between. So you just kind of like went through. Still that's still a trip, though. That is still a trip. All right. Nefer's place is like kind of almost like hidden in plain sight. Let's see. All right. Orlo. Enter the second floor of Kiratarma's secrets. Oh. 1 second. Let me get something. This chair is interesting. All right, there we go.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again. Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
All right, we're back.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Not gonna lie, I'm actually looking forward to this. Not the food, but I mean, yes, the food, but specifically. Never again. All I gotta say is if Wuthering Waves makes an Egyptian character, it's gonna be over. It is gonna be scarily over for me. Please send all your prayers and financial blessings.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Many thanks. Amen. All right. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. Well, there's the cat. And there she is.
Oh, you're back. I just made you all a pot of tea. Better drink it while it's hot.
Boss Neff, you wouldn't believe how scary our day has been.
You've been fired.
Seriously,
What are you talking about?
I am never, ever taking random jobs like that ever again. You hear me?
Oh, come on now. You even faced the wild hunt and lived to tell the tale. What's left to be afraid of?
Wait a sec, how did you? Oh, right. Like you told us before, your business is dealing in information.
Huh? Boss Neff, the teacups. Why is there one missing? Did you think I wasn't coming back?
My. How could you think that of me? You know the rules. If a member of staff wants tea, they pour it themselves. Your cup's sitting safe and sound right there, in the cupboard.
She's lying.
Member of staff? Does that mean you're accepting me back?
Wasn't that the deal?
Boss Neff! You're the best boss ever!
You never change, do you? Everything turned out fine, no? You found exactly what you were looking for. Yet there you are, sulking away as usual.
Nefer, that medicine we discussed before, the one for congenital Kuvaki sensitivity, I need you to get it for me.
And how do you expect me to find something like that for you in the middle of the night? You'll have to wait till morning, at the very least.
I need it right now.
All right. I'll see what I can do. But you know urgent means extra charge, right?
Thank you.
You know what? You do seem a little different.
In a good way? Or a bad way?
Who can say? I'll take it either way, so long as you don't start making a habit of asking me for ridiculous favors.
Guess who's Bizak? How you doing? Fortunately for you, Peek is on screen.
Traveler, Paimon, a lot has happened these past few days. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Hey, don't mention it. That's what we're here for.
Don't forget your family believe and trust in you too.
You're right. And tonight, I'm planning on telling them everything.
Tonight? Isn't it a bit late already?
The moon shines brightly this night. What better time for the Frost Moon Scions to usher in a new dawn for truth?
I'll support you.
Thank you for your kind words. But before I do, there's one more thing we need to deal with.
Oh yeah! Now that we have the moon marrow...
You'll have to forgive me. I used too much of my strength in the battle earlier.
By
I
Nefer?
fear I won't be able to help you uncover the truth of the past. Not right away, at least.
That's fine. We're gonna be in Krai for a while anyway, so there's no rush, right?
Is the idea that we're is the logic for us staying in Krai because we're like waiting for Varka to return or something? Your health is more important.
Thank you. But there's another problem. How to keep the moon marrow safe now?
Huh? Can't we just return it to your secret chamber?
The seal has been broken. Even if it were restored, now that the wild hunt has gotten in once, there's no guarantee that it won't happen again.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Back when the Frost Moon Scion's bloodline still ran strong, in special circumstances, a moon chanter could act as a vessel, safeguarding the relic within their own body. But it is a grueling trial of will and endurance. The moon chanter who did this only lasted 2 days. As for me, I might be able to last 5, at most.
Hold on. You'd be using your body as a vessel?
That's not a permanent solution, though.
Yes. You can think of it like dropping a red-hot ball of iron into a bucket of water. How long the water lasts depends entirely on the bucket's size.
If that's the case, maybe I can give it a try?
Pardon?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. You've always held up pretty well against the abyss. Surely the moon mirror can't be any more dangerous than that.
It's not at all that I don't trust you, but it's too risky.
But we're out of options, aren't we? Might as well give it a shot.
I'm willing to take the risk.
All right. Well, I'll be right by your side. If anything feels off, please tell me immediately. Here, hold it in your hands. Feel its power. Imagine you're a lake, a cluster of stars. Let the moon become a part of you.
Whoa! It went into your body!
How is that? Are you feeling any discomfort?
Respectfully, this moment right here literally cancels all anything somebody wants to say, like, oh, so and so. Anytime somebody wants to say, oh, you know, Rover is too overpowered or something like that, or how come blah 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 blah, we literally just OP pro tagged this situation. Like, all these other moon scions have to be like born different and special in their bloodline and all this. Meanwhile, we're aliens to this world. And it's just like, oh yeah. Excuse me. It's not even just the fact that we're able to like not be contaminated. Cause I can understand that logic of like, okay, we're not from this world, so the rules don't affect us as much, so therefore we're not as sensitive to things that other people are. But the fact that we were able to just, oh yeah, you just become one with the moon and you know all that, and then we could just do it just like that, like, okay. That's the only thing for me. I'm just like, oh, okay, sure. Whatever you say, whatever you say. Are you feeling any discomfort? Not at all. But I seem more tuned to the Kuvaki than I was before. They saw Rover chop a reservoir in half and said, we can't go out like this. That's so funny. When I close my eyes, I can sense something far off beyond the false sky. So that's the frost moon.
Astonishing. Not even the slightest hint of lingering fluctuations. It's as if all that power just sank to the bottom of the ocean. Well, looks like we won't have to worry about the wild hunt catching its scent now.
Phew! Paimon knew you have special abilities, but still, you never fail to amaze.
Hmm? Did I miss something just now?
Yes. And it was nothing short of a miracle.
Not something I'd be interested in then. Anyway, here's the medicine you asked for. This is all I've got for today. I'll have someone send the rest over when we have it.
Thank you, Nefer. I really appreciate everything you've done for me.
Please stop being so nauseatingly friendly. It's creeping me out.
Oh my gosh.
So, what exactly did you all go through during that wild hunt attack? I'd prefer to hear it straight from you.
A variation of Nefertiti? Probably. 9 times out of 10.
A phantom that can mimic the appearance of others. Quite different from what we've seen before.
It's the Grand Architect. Also, it's not that different from what we've seen before, or at least not Traveler. I'm about to say that's how the Abyss operates. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, that's exactly how the Abyss operates. Because if you all remember, the enemies in Notlon do the same exact thing. They mimic you know how they mimic the warriors and they would mimic the Saurians and stuff like that. That's legitimately what the Wild Hunt does. So, yeah. Not that different. No, bro, it's Christopher again. Fair. It disappeared right in front of me, but I think it'll be back.
Yeah, and both times it appeared, its goal was It seems like it was after the moon marrow.
And on both occasions, it was accompanied by the wild hunt, too. It appears there must be some close connection between the two.
I must say,
That's crazy. Y'all are calling it.
This serious, never.
That's crazy. Y'all are calling them OCs now. I totally understand what you mean, but it's just funny. Christophero's OCs.
Too late in the day for thinking, that's all. We'll pick this up again later. You all feel free to keep chatting, though. Just don't forget to lock up when you leave.
On that note, Traveler, please keep the moon marrow stored within your body for the time being. We'll take it back off your hands as soon as the wild hunt's been taken care of. Once and for all.
Aren't you worried I'll make a run for it?
Now that's what I'd call a joke.
Aw.
Anyway, if the two of you will excuse me, I'm heading back to Hisi Island now. It's time I came clean with the Frost Moon Scions.
Hey, we're coming with you. Though, guess we won't be able to do much more than cheer you on from the sidelines.
That alone means more to me than you could ever know.
Tibet equals Sonorosphere confirmed. Well, Tibet definitely seems to be. There's a lot of people who believe that Tibet is a bubble universe, so in some ways, yeah.
What's going on?
I'm not sure. It seems like the Moon Chanter has something important to tell us.
I heard the relic's already been retrieved.
I like the plant leaves that are on their design. Same with Lauma. Like, I think it's just cool. I don't know. You don't normally think about like moon and plants together, right? But I get the idea of them being like, you know, they're like moon forest people. Feels like, you know, the whole like fae elf thing.
That's our Lady Lauma, all right.
Do what you believe is right, Lauma.
Noble scions of the Frost Moon, my kin beneath the moonlight, I hereby declare the truth to you. Long have our ancestors looked up to the Frost Moon, guided by her serene light. Yet now, she lies hidden beyond the limits of the sky.
And so, Lauma began to reveal to the Frost Moon Scions a truth long hidden within her heart.
What?
A story of a false moon and the death of gods.
Well, since when did you do narration? That wasn't your title, your job description?
Kutar was indeed born of the moon. But that does not give us the right to reap without sowing, nor clothe ourselves
Right.
without the toil of weaving.
As she spoke, some who listened were stunned into disbelief, while others seemed to awaken as if from a dream.
From this day forth, the road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
Yup. Stop it,
After everything Lauma said last night,
precious stuff.
Paimon wonders how everyone's adjusting.
That's crazy. So instead of hearing people say, oh my gosh, like I was expecting people to be like, oh my gosh, it's all a lie. What has it all been? That's what I was expecting. They said, see, instead of black screen white text, we're giving you the voice lines of the black screen white text. Huh? Yeah. After everything Lauma said last night, Paimon wonders how everyone's adjusting. Well, here's to find out.
Still, judging by their reactions at the time, it didn't seem as intense as Paimon might have imagined. Says a lot about how much trust she commands, huh? Hey look, it's Lauma!
Welcome, both of you. The animals were most lively this morning. They told me of your coming.
Has everything been okay?
Nothing too dramatic happened, did it? No one took it so hard that they went on a binge-eating rampage and ended up cleaning up the whole pantry? Or something?
The only person who would do something like that is you, Paimon.
Hey! Paimon's just trying to lighten the mood.
Thank you for your concern. Change doesn't happen overnight, and new ideas need time to take root. But nothing as extreme as that has happened, no. Although...
Although what?
Well, just as I thought might happen, some have chosen to leave the Frost Moon Scions for good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For them, losing their faith was like losing their home. Confusion, frustration, helplessness. I saw it all, reflected in their eyes.
It's gotta be heavy.
I respect their choice. May they carry the Frost Moon Scion's blessings far and wide, should they be willing to do so.
That's kind of like how Chikona was trying to tell people the truth.
Perhaps we will be able to sit together and share stories once more.
Obviously, the difference being that Lauma literally has to live among these people. And she was their leader for so long. Who was technically lying to them. I know it's not what she wanted to do, but she just didn't know how to say it. Hope everything goes well for them.
Others sought me out afterward, though, and thanked me profusely for sharing the truth with our people. They said they used to see me as distant, even somewhat unapproachable, whereas now I seemed much closer to them. Like
That's
a friend,
nice.
or even a family member.
Sounds like a win overall. Paimon thinks you did the right thing, Lauma.
That's what Columbina seemed to have wanted.
Thank you. Though, I wanted to ask, do I really come across as distant?
Well, maybe just a little. To people who don't know you, you are kind of tall, especially if you consider the antlers.
Dang.
I see.
Paimon was straight up with her. I respect it. I was like, man, you know, you're really tall and the antlers and you're like pretty and stuff. And it's just like, you kind of look ethereal. Like, yeah, it's not your fault, but yeah.
That's a bit of a hard one. My antlers tend to grow under the moonlight, so I can't quite help it.
For certain people, definitely. All right, there we go. Just be yourself. No need to act any different. Family should be honest with each other after all.
It brings me comfort to hear
Oh
you
my
say
gosh.
that. By the way,
She really doesn't,
how has
Raiden.
your body been adjusting to the moon marrow?
She does not give the Dami vibes. You could probably argue that about Nefer. You could argue that for Nefer. Minus the big. But I'd say for Lauma, it's just the big mommy vibes. By the way, Angel, how has your body been adjusting to the moon marrow? Most people are probably just trying to not tell you to step on. Oh my gosh. Tell us how you really feel. How has your body been adjusting to the moon marrow? I'm feeling absolutely fine.
I'm glad to hear it. I've also suggested to Nefer that we meet within the next few days. We need to figure out how to counter this new manifestation of the Wild Hunt. But for now, let's just relax. I want to enjoy this feeling a little longer of finally living on the bright side of the moon.
For a deer aesthetic, really? Oh, shoot.
Though the truth has been revealed, our deep connection with the moon remains unchanged. In fact, its power runs in our very veins. What has changed is our understanding of where the true moon lies, and that we must walk our own path in life without relying on a power outside of ourselves. Which is why we now say, come night or day, may the moonlight connect us.
In the shadows of the night, rest beyond reach. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow. Huh? All will be revealed in the next volume?
Bro, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say a single word. All right, let's see. So that was helpful. Now we just have to do this. So I should be able to level her up. Dope. Oh, thank you. Like I said, I'm gonna give about 30. That's the plan. No more, no less. Let's see. Wait a second. That's, how do I do that? Do I have to reset with the deer or something? Reset the mirror? I'm trying to figure out how to do this puzzle. I know I need to push something. Oh, there it is. I presume this is it anyway. Wait, is it on the other side? Guess we'll see. There we go. Lovely.
Excellent.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So I could have gone over here to help myself. I understand now. I understand. The music here is nice. Wait until 2 days later. Yeah, like I said, I do like this little system they have where the music changes. I mean, not the music, the time. The time knows that you're trying to do something story related, so it actually automatically has it to where you're trying to go. Go. Hey, look who it is. It's the Wild Hunt.
Clean up
Poor lost lamb. Yeah, with one heart.
Right, there you go. Is that everybody? Let's see. Surely there's more. You may need to enlist the help of a professional who knows more about the wild hunt. Okay. I wonder if this is like a world quest thing or if this is like having Flynn's or something. All right. Let's see. Let's take a walk through the trenches. Let's see. Oh. Hey, buddy. Oh. You can move fast. Yeah, y'all want to hang out? Now, do I have to like bring them close or something? Are these the ones that dig for you? Or they just follow you? Yeah, these guys aren't digging anything. Now, I honestly forgot if I can go through here or not, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Insulation chamber. No, my sword. The season of verdure draws near once again.
Let's see if this ends up being like something that doesn't go out to the other side. We'll just teleport. And I feel like I'm getting my answer slowly but surely. Yep. Okay. Hey, what's up, D? How's it going? Thank you. Let's see. I wonder where Skirk is. Wait, what's going on?
The wild hunt assault on Star Sand Shoal, you mean?
Oh.
Huge wave. First I've ever seen of that size. Good thing it was so brief.
No, I mean there's been another to the north of Nasha Town.
What? How many does that make in the last couple of days now? What are the Lightkeepers playing at?
Can't be helped. There are only a handful stationed on our side in the first place, and the cannon hasn't been fixed yet either. They've been strained to breaking point for a while now, I'll bet.
I'm bugging out if this goes on much longer. And here you all told me this was a good place to do business. Fool me once, I say.
Hey now, this could be our big break. My second eldest brother made his fortune off wild hunt attacks, you know. Come on, let's get moving. There won't be anything left for us if we're late.
Left for us to...
Why is this guy always here?
I did hear about an overturned cargo vehicle over there.
Hey.
We treasure hunters?
Huh.
Treasure hoarders?
Should have told him that those are dangerous thoughts.
Forget it. I doubt they're the only ones thinking like that. Thus, I'm telling you.
Guess you're right. Even if we solve this wild hunt problem, they'd probably just jump headfirst into some new danger if they thought they could earn some quick mora.
Are you talking about Lauma, Kumak? Some self-reflection might not be unwarranted, you know?
Paimon will have you know that when it comes to staying out of trouble, greed and cowardice make the perfect match.
Excuse me. My apologies. Should you really be proud of that? I'll have you know that when it comes to staying out of trouble, greed and cowardice make the perfect match. Should you really be proud of that? Still, the Wild Hunt's been getting wilder ever since we foiled that mysterious Phantom's plan at Star Sand Shoal. Appreciate you. But were you talking about Llama though, Kuma? The two of them seem closely connected, and that Phantom may very well attack again, even though we know almost nothing about it. In fact, where will we even begin with such an investigation?
Hey, look! Iuno and Anefa are here in Nasha Town! Oh, considering what those people said earlier, do you think they're here to fix that cannon up?
Let's go say hello.
Dying to know something, aren't you? You totally zoned out just now.
It's like you can read my mind.
Ha! Paimon can even guess what you want for dinner. She'll place the orders tonight, don't you worry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's just go, shall we?
Act 2. It's our two favorite people. I have to talk to this dude, man. I gotta figure out what his deal is. All right, guy. You don't even look like you're from the Saurian Relic Association. Like, respectfully, I don't know. Because most of those guys, I mean, not to say he can't be,
Are so warm and welcoming.
but he feels like he's more just like some random dude from the Springs place. Unless we did meet him before and I just forgot. This place is absolutely buzzing. The fiery energy here could give the forges of the Temple of Pax a run for their money. Never skips cardio, I'm telling you. You're a member of the Saurian Relics Association? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? This fire-breathing behemoth, of course, truly an incredible machine. It's quite different from our liquid phlogiston salutary furnace back home. How should I put this? It operates automatically and its structures are so complex. It's built in a completely different style from what we have back home. Talk about an eye-opener, huh? Even though I'm standing all the way over here, I can still feel the heat rolling off the furnace is warm. Fuzzy waves. Huh. Sure, you're just so comfortable here, but anything else like it? It's not like I'm getting hurt or anything. But nobody else likes it. It's not like I'm getting hurt or anything. Oh, so you're warming yourself up by the fire? I'm investigating. That's right, I'm investigating here. Just need to warm up a bit from the cold, that's all. It's freezing. All right. You got it, sir. She said they're lacking in taste. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, where's the Let's see. Now, where's that thing that the Fatu we want? Filter by character. Lovely. Halfway, or actually not halfway, but we're almost there. All right, so once we get to max, I'm not certain if I'm going to get her to level 100 or not. I do have the stuff to do it. I just don't know if I will yet. Like, Nefer seems like she's Dendro as well. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll use it on Nefer. Maybe I give it to Alice. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to wait on that one to see. What I do know is I can do this. So I need to get more gold of those books. There we go. I mean, yeah, basically. All right, Eula, come through. Give us like 3 extra. Nothing. Nothing is wild. All right. All right, 7 it is. 7-7. So this is the introduction to the song, huh? It has like a nice intro. I can tell this is it anyway.
Take heart. You toil not in vain.
Interesting. Oh. What is this for? Guess we'll learn in time, maybe? I promise you though, I thought this symbol was referencing this chest up here, not that one. All right. Oof. So look, listen up. We are going to stop here because I have been going to bed far too late the past couple days. So we're going to stop here so that way we can actually start at a good time tomorrow. That's the plan. Appreciate you, Elena. Ah, gosh, this music is so good.
Even when the night is gone,
It's so
and
good.
even when the sky is hidden from view, still the moon shines its light upon you.
You know, one thing I will say, I heard somebody mention this. They were saying like the characters in town need to talk so that it feels like more lively. Or not so much that, but there needs to be like the sounds of like life happening. And there is actually. Even when these NPCs aren't talking, you can still hear like chattering sounds in the background. So I'm curious. I wonder if like you can hear the sounds of machines and things like that. I wonder if that person who I was talking to recognizes like these sounds, because they're definitely here. They are definitely here. So, but like I said, tomorrow we're going to be streaming at a much earlier time. And as I've said in the past, I'm considering it's a consideration. There's a lot happening and a lot of moving parts, but I'm considering trying to do 2 different types of streams. Well, I'll do streams earlier in the day and then streams later in the day. So that way, sometimes I'll maybe do like I don't know, like 4 to 7, maybe like a 4 to 7 stream, something like that. Give or take 4 to 8 at the latest. And then other days it'll be, you know, the other time. But I thank you for your understanding and your patience. So, yeah. With all that said, I will see you all on the next one. Thank you so much. We beat Act 1 so far, so that obviously awesome progress. And like I said, in terms of Wuthering Waves streams and things of that nature, like I said, really we're just trying to finish this part of the story because Wuthering Waves is going to have their update soon anyway. I am working on video for Wuthering Waves lore, and so yeah, maybe 1 or 2 videos, but yeah, all in all, that's the plan. So I will catch you guys on the next one. God bless, stay hydrated, peace, and be the change you want to see. All right, bye.